welcome to ESL 1. They're waiting to come back in. They're up in the high ground with Dean Lightning right, and they got it! He's down! 106 seconds! Universe in trouble! This could be it!
Hey, welcome to King of the Hill, ESL's King of the Hill, here in Burbank, California. I'm Walter David.
And I'm Sejam.
And we're going to be continuing this month with what we did last month, which was the beginning of the King of the Hill. This is a Northern California versus Southern California grudge match, an overtime grudge match. Currently, maybe the Northern Invaders are doing all right, but we'll see how that goes.
They got one. So far, Christitarian held it down for 2 weeks. Myers got the 1 week and then immediately fell to KBrad, who is the NorCal representative all the way from Maryland. But yeah, the NorCal got on the board, as you were affectionately calling them NoCal.
I was going to call them NoCal forever, unless somebody from now NorCal ended up winning it. I was just about to say NoCal again. I'd love to say it in the future, and I will if somebody from SoCal wins, but currently I just can't do it.
Yeah, so that's been the format the whole time, as you mentioned. This is a really old rivalry, right? It's been going on for a long time, but it's been really interesting to get a lot of newer, younger players to both, NorCal and SoCal to represent, and also out-of-towners, right? Last week was Christopher G., who moved from the East Coast, as well as KBrad versus each other, which was kind of like a transplant version of NorCal, SoCal.
People have been moving to California for 150 years, okay? There's been a rush over here to this part of the country for that long, and so I think it's great that, you know what, we're welcoming here in California. We're welcoming with open arms. If you've been here for 3 years, that's fine. If you've been here for a few months, that's fine. You can call yourself Californian. Everybody's welcome.
100%.
Exactly right. Yeah, but I think it is right to say that it's very cool to see the newer players, not just in terms of when they came here, geography, but in terms of age in many cases as well. The rivalry goes back to the beginning of Street Fighter II, which was at this point 25 years ago. And so a lot of those people have no longer, they kind of have hung it up a little bit. But that rivalry is continuing for sure, and you can really see it a lot of the time. There is now some movement towards some sort of interregional stuff going on.
Yeah.
The Trinity and whatnot. That's kind of a cross-California idea. So there is some of that, but at the same time, there's still so much real rivalry when it comes to Northern California versus Southern California. Whenever we meet up, there's always a little bit of feeling of trying to outdo the other side.
Yeah, and that's why there's been so many events like team tournament style events, NorCal versus SoCal. There's a legendary one that always happens at SCR, where Snake Eyes did the magic and he beat all of Team NorCal. But there's stuff like that where it's really interesting to keep that rivalry alive, right? Even if it only happens a few times a year. But it's always cool to see that happen.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of very interesting things that have happened over the years. That's a famous example, of course, when Snake Eyes managed to defeat the entirety of
all of
Team NorCal.
Yeah,
which was very impressive. But then there were also moments that I can think of between famous Marvel 2 players from the North and the South. But in Third Strike, back that long ago, in CVS 2, there were moments at EVO and in SoCal Regionals, NorCal Regionals. Lots of very interesting things that have happened over the years. And so this is the continuation of all of that. And I think it's really cool that ESL is letting this happen.
Yeah, and the great part about it is it's a really long set. Very rarely in fighting games do we get to see like a really long set between two talented players, right? And this is a 1st to 10, which is a super lengthy set. Most people probably have not played a set like this before. The way the rules work is that there is players from Northern California and Southern California, as we mentioned, and the winner every week gets to come back and fight for that title. They remain the king. And as you can see here, it's 1st to 10. Every character is allowed. The beach and training stages are banned, which is pretty standard stuff, yeah. And if you do happen to lose, you have the option to change character, although we rarely see that so far.
Yeah, typically, people will really just main one character, at most 2, but I think almost everybody we've had so far is really a single person character, a single character person. And that's what I expect to continue this time.
Yeah, and there you can see the bracket for today. We're going to have our first match in just a second here, and the winner will be going up against EG's KBrad, who is currently the king of the hill. So 1st to 10 to see who gets to play against KBrad, and then a 1st to 10 with KBrad to see who's going to be the winner.
That's right. So it's going to be NORESPECT versus Oliver Queen. Oliver from Southern California, of course. Moved here from Texas not terribly long ago. But as we said, we are willing to welcome all sorts of people from all over the world with open arms to this glorious part of the country. And you know what? He's really been making a lot of waves since he got down here. On the other side, it's going to be NORESPECT, a player who has been going out to churning the butter quite a bit, but also has a lot of success online. And so we're going to go over to Sajam, who's going to have a conversation with both of them.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are here talking to these players a little bit before they get a chance to play each other, which usually doesn't happen. I feel like most of the time we don't get to hear their thoughts beforehand. But as we mentioned, we have Southern California's Oliver Queen, Northern California, NORESPECT. You know, you guys are going to have a long set. It's a 1st to 10. How do you feel in like a format like this, a longer set, you know, where you have a lot of time to adapt and sort of figure out what your opponent wants to do?
Like, it gives me more time to read my opponent and read his habits to adjust to how he plays. So I'm excited for it. Oh, sorry.
All right. Yeah, as you mentioned, habits. You guys have played each other before. Tell me how that set went and what you thought about it.
Set went good. I was in the lead 2. Then he came back, won it 3-2, winner's side. Then for the grand finals, kind of got salty. So he took it all, 3-0.
3-0. So he got the W last time. All right. I mean, that happens. You know, it's a new set. It's offline. It's a long 1st to 10, so we'll see how that goes. And speaking of which, the winner of this gets a chance to play against KBrad. How do you guys feel about playing against KBrad?
I'm excited if I get the chance to play him. I've been practicing a lot against Cammy to prepare for the match.
Yeah. Same kind of question. How do you feel, you know, you would do against KBrad? Do you feel prepared in the matchup or against him in particular, or are you just curious to see how it goes?
Curious to see how it goes. I want that steak dinner tonight. So, KBrad, coming for you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot KBrad got his lovely steak dinner last time because he is the king of the hill. But, you know, you guys are fighting for it. All right. And, you know, as David mentioned just a little bit ago, you're sort of a transplant. You recently moved to Southern California. What's the differences between, you know, living and playing in Texas and now being in SoCal?
Well, in Texas, since I just started playing Street Fighter, I didn't really go out to too many tournaments. So I have, like, very minimal experience there. But here, it's really great. I love the players here. They're really strong. And FGC is pretty good. So I learned a lot since like the 2.5 months I've been here.
Okay. Yeah, as a, you know, a recent transplant to the scene representing Southern California. You've been in NorCal for a while. How do you feel about the NorCal scene? You play offline there, and do you think that you're prepared for this matchup versus Oliver?
I'm pretty new to the scene. I watched Street Fighter 4. I played a little bit, but just casually. I just got into the scene when the game came out. So I've been going to a lot of locals and churning the butter. Met a few great people over there. So I'll be prepared.
Okay. You mentioned preparedness. Is there anything, a strategy you have in particular against maybe this character? You don't have to say what it is. Maybe against the character Nash or NORESPECT that you want to employ, or is it just going to be playing based on the matchup?
Yeah, I'll just be playing based on the matchup and just the way I normally play.
Okay, same kind of thing. Do you have anything particular against Ryu that you have planned, or him now that you lost that last set? As you mentioned, you got salty. Is there anything new that you want to employ? You don't have to say what it is, but just if there's some new ideas you have.
I got to play patient. Can't go wild.
Can't go wild? All right. That's a fair assessment. So we heard from both of you guys. You guys are about to play your 1st to 10, and we'll see that in just a minute when we get back from the break. Good luck, guys. everybody, welcome back to the ESL King of the Hill here in Burbank, California. I'm Sajam, this is...
Hey, I'm Ultra David. So the players have gotten set up. They're about ready to go. You know, I thought that was an interesting conversation. They are, you know, two players who are on relatively new to fighting games. They haven't been around for as long as many other people have. But I think that that's awesome, and I really like that we're able to highlight that kind of a matchup between, you know, people who are keeping the scene alive and moving this forward.
Right, and as we mentioned, you know, this rivalry is really old. It's been going on for a long time, but it's cool to see newer players and newer people representing it, right? Who are newer to the scene, as we mentioned. And, you know, it's really cool just to see these guys thrown out against each other, especially in a long set, and then a chance to play KBrad after in a longer set, which is something we rarely see in fighting games in general, right? Is just longer, more interesting sets, especially between different players in the U.S.
Look, one of the best things about a fighting game, both on the playing side and on the watching side, is seeing the adaptations.
Right.
Right? Seeing somebody come in with an idea, with a strategy, realizing maybe this is not the right call, and trying to adapt to whatever it is the opponent's doing.
Right.
You see the series of counter adaptations, and I think that that's one of the most fun and interesting and strategic parts to a fighting game.
Right.
Typically, you don't get to see that in a tournament setting very well.
Yeah.
In a match that's 2 games, 3 games long.
It can happen so quickly.
Right. It can just feel like it's over. But in this kind of a situation, no, you have time to make those changes. And if you're going to win, oftentimes you need to make those changes.
Right, and if you guys are at home, what you need to do is head over to twitch.tv/UltraChenTV, which of course will be going on after this at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. We'll be doing a show talking about all things fighting games, including Street Fighter, as well as this set. And, you know, we'll be heading, you know, and talking about all kinds of different things fighting game related, as I mentioned, news, community, the results of this, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are even slightly interested in fighting games, we are pretty much one of the only shows left on Tuesdays. So we're your only option, but it's a good option. Definitely check out the Ultra Chen show tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, we're a benevolent monopoly. It's all right.
But not even by choice. It's like it's just sort of everybody else.
That's how everything fell.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And also thanks to, as you can see, Addis for providing the monitors for this, Zowie by BenQ monitors. So they are, if you're curious about the situation, Addis is the distributor for monitors, Zowie monitors that are made by BenQ.
Boom. Hit them all.
There you go.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
that's the monitors they're playing on here as they're doing head-to-head. So there's 2 monitors there that you guys can see. But it's going to be a long set between Oliver Queen, NORESPECT. An interesting matchup, one that we've seen quite a few times, especially near the start of the year.
In terms of the character matchup.
Yeah, in terms of the character matchup. And, you know, they're playing on a couple of different sticks here, but what they're fighting for is a chance to win one of these amazing controller Chaos sticks. They have a custom stick that they're going to be doing for you guys, of course, and they have a Twitter giveaway that you guys can do. This is all presented by Controller Chaos, who is putting this all together and helping out. So the King of the Hill wins a custom arcade stick, and we're going to get a chance to see that in just a second. In between our lovely faces, you can see that the ESL custom Controller Chaos stick is right here. It looks really great. It's a pretty minimal design, and it looks great.
I like it a lot. Yeah, I think it's a really cool look. Cool color scheme, too.
Yeah, and so the people who have already won King of the Hill already have one of these sticks. They'll be winning one of these sticks. And you people at home, if you guys are following Controller Chaos as well as ESL SF, you get a chance to win on Twitter. So definitely give them a follow if you are so inclined on social media. And we're about to hop into the match, this first of 10 between Southern California's Oliver Queen, Northern California, NORESPECT.
Yeah, there they are. NORESPECT on the left, Oliver Queen on the right. So we're expecting Nash for NORESPECT. We're expecting Ryu for Oliver Queen.
Yeah.
And like you said, this was a match that, you know, that we saw a lot of in the earlier part of the game's life. The game has been out now for about 3/4 of a year. And at this point, a lot of people are moving away from Nash.
Right.
Even some of the people who did the best with him, thinking of Infiltration, for example, who won EVO on the back of Nash, and other majors too. And now we see him switching to Rashid and Boxer, and who knows what else he has
Vega.
planned.
He played Vega
did play
against
Vega. Right, exactly. And, you know, we're not really seeing quite the same success. It's really just Bonchan who's keeping that character moving forward.
Right.
So we're not seeing as much of the Ryu versus Nash matchup. But I really like where both characters are. Nash seemed like he was one of the easier characters to use and do well with earlier in the game's life. And now I think we're getting to a point where, you know, that sort of basic Nash gameplay is not really as successful as it was. You need to really have everything optimized, space control, combos, all that sort of stuff. We see Bonchan do that, but it's not easy to do. So this is going to be NORESPECT, who has lined up on the right side, and Oliver Queen playing Ryu on the left.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, this is a matchup we've seen a lot of. You know, despite Nash maybe dropping off in popularity, this is a character that he has fought pretty well throughout the year. I think Nash's record against Ryu is pretty strong, mostly because there's just this space on screen where Nash is so comfortable. Yeah, and not only that, the V-skill to absorb Fireball, very, very effective to keep Ryu away. And you can see all these spacing tools that will keep Ryu out, right? The medium kick scythe, and just the dashing, the moving. One thing that I like, oh, there's a big jump. One thing I like from Oliver Queen already is when he has been knocked down, he did not back roll.
Oh, really? Look at that. There was absolutely no pressure right there. That was NORESPECT just giving some time. Again, NORESPECT lined up on the right side.
Yeah, right side of the screen there. Of course, Oliver Queen player 1. Throw loop does not work out because of the V trigger. But yeah, as I mentioned, I really like that Oliver didn't back roll the first time he was knocked
that was a
down.
really cool idea. Well, he didn't get the combo out of it, but I like that idea to follow in as Ryu was jumping.
Oh, with a big sweep.
Look at these
yeah.
sweeps. Well, he's had a few of those at that exact range. I don't see Nash has used that terribly often there. It's not a safe option, but he's been controlling screen with it.
Yeah,
and with
got in
step
there.
kick, he ends up getting it.
Yeah,
so
that was a good way.
I don't want to make it seem like I think Nash has become a bad character. I think that the Nash gameplay that worked earlier in the game's life is just not as effective now, and so there needs to be some changes. But he certainly is capable of making those changes.
Oh yeah, 100%. And you know, it's one of those things where the character was very simple to figure out overall.
Right.
So I think that's just where that idea has come from, right? Other characters,
Ooh.
man, what a parry, yeah. You just knew that there was going to be buttons. Oh, spend V trigger, but the wrong way it looked like.
Oh, we're still holding down, I guess.
Yeah. And now it seems like Oliver having a tough time making his way in, really. He cannot find the openings to get into this Nash defense. Another scythe, man. Throw will do it, and that's the first game to NORESPECT so quick. He did a really good job of moving in there behind the booms and just making it work. I feel like he always took up space where Oliver wanted to be, and Oliver couldn't find, you know, those important knockdowns and cage Nash like he needs to. So now we'll see the second game. That was pretty quick on the first game. I like that what you mentioned. There was a couple of crush counter sweeps and no knockdown pressure off of it.
Right, he's really been trying these sweeps a lot. It's not something I see a lot of Nashes do at that range, but it had, at least in that first game, caught Oliver off guard. That's one of the things that I was talking about with respect to adaptation. We need to see the counter to that. You know, either Oliver has to not be there, or he has to look for more parries, which he's already brought out, or jump at that time. There are all these options. In the meantime, pressure from NORESPECT trying to gain control, looking for sweep again.
Yeah, now he's in there on this knockdown. Oh, he was looking. That was V-reversal. Yeah, the boom. That'll
You see
happen.
wake up fireball, you know what it is.
Ooh, I like the pressure attempt. Yeah, and the low works. It really seems like Oliver's getting crowded up close, and not only that, but he just never makes it in. It's interesting that he really hasn't capitalized on pressure so far. He does look for that roundhouse a lot as Ryu. It's one thing he looks to crush counter people with. I like hit confirm on the Fierce. Oh yeah, big roundhouse, but nothing out of it. Oliver finally found that roundhouse he's been fishing for the whole time, but didn't convert.
That movement was perfect. Really? Okay, so there's a range where that sweep is not punishable by Ryu sweep?
Yeah, he must have to maybe like it. It's
Right,
probably
yeah,
an
maybe
option.
stand short, yeah.
Oh yeah, he got him.
Oh, he can seal it if he wants to. He doesn't spend everything. Okay. We'll see if NORESPECT can make a comeback.
Walk down and yeah, I like that he frame trapped him and he counter hit him there, and that made NORESPECT sort of freeze up and stop hitting buttons. And because of that, Oliver got the overhead. Oh, in the front. What defense by Oliver not to hit buttons in that scenario. Okay, lands a sweep of his own. I like that he's pressing a lot more. He blocked that sweep, and instead of trying to whip punish or punish it on block, he just went in, right? He just moved in.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. That was so smartly done.
Gets
No
big
respect
punish.
now. Yep, getting some good damage, some good movement, some good screen control. One hit away from stun and the round.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, going to turn it into plus frame for himself. Gets out.
in the
Very
front.
cautious. Didn't want to take any big bets on that. Here's the pressure now from Oliver Queen, who can definitely still take this.
Throw loops, yeah. Still got pressure.
Look at all this. Okay, there it is.
Oh, he got out.
got the hit, really? I'm surprised that that's not what Oliver was looking for.
Yeah, and maybe he was looking for it, but teleport in the front
Could be.
instead of behind,
Could be.
right? Because he uppercut that front teleport just the other time, and so I gotta think maybe he was looking for that, and that was what the miss was about. But that's 2 games to NORESPECT, who has done a really good job of showing how this matchup usually goes. Right? It's a lot of Ryu chasing and trying to make stuff happen, and then Nash has got to be slippery once he gets locked down. Oh, the whip. Yeah, counter hit combo from Oliver. And no pressure. Yeah, there's been a few times where NORESPECT is.
Ooh,
yeah.
really? Sweep again. What a range for that.
That
I
was
love
genius.
it. I
That
love
was-
it. Yep.
Yeah, you
Reaction
saw
was
it?
there. The parry, he escaped it. That's a lot of resources to spend, but you got to make yourself safe.
Another parry. Oh, walk down. Yeah, that's not. You can't combo that.
Unsafe range.
Chase down, but yeah, not a punish. The sweep
okay,
again.
there it is.
Yeah.
So oftentimes at that range, we see Nash use different tools. Crouching medium kick is a common one, but he doesn't have the best options at that exact spot. So that's why I'm surprised to see so many sweeps come out. It's a riskier option. Wow, okay. Oliver Queen's getting a handle on it.
Yeah, I think he's sort of figured out that walking up into that range, blocking to handle the sweep. Jump over, I think trying to regain corner positioning, but gets thrown.
Really?
Oh, yeah, what a read. Teleport in front. Yeah,
Super?
he switched up.
He does.
He switched up the teleports to front and behind so often that I'm not sure if Oliver's ready for which way. Maybe a universal option like Crouching Fierce would be better. I like Throw Tech OS from Oliver.
Okay, so just looking to activate, got it now.
Out of range.
It's working really well for No Respect.
Gotta imagine you could just reversal critical art that.
Oh, I'm sure.
No cancel into CA. Oh, no,
Oh,
uppercut.
really? The hit. Spends EX. I don't know if he had to, but do what's comfortable to take the round for you.
Didn't, but in that moment, you just feel like this round is mine. I've stolen it, and now gonna commit. So,
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah, potential 3-0 lead for No Respect here.
Remember last time they played, he got 3-0'd by
Yeah.
Oliver Queen. So this is a big switch up right now. Oh,
What a
look
parry.
at
Does not commit any resources again. His walk down pressure. He looked for the frame trap, doesn't work, but still big life lead for Oliver. EX, just in case it was a little shallow.
So there's the more universal option of stand jab. Did trade, but he got something there.
Oh, close to death. One more will do it. I like
Okay.
the non-cancel of Fireball. Two in the overhead.
Parry. Wow. Okay. We've seen Oliver Queen end a couple with the overhead. The first one, though, it was a counter hit. I think there was something that was coming out of No Respect at the time, but
Right.
it did work. So now 2-1.
Yeah, and there's the lead. You know, Oliver cleaned it up there. I think that the pressure was better. There was a bit more caging Nash. But also he made it in much easier, and he got rid of the sweeps. The sweeps were not as big of a problem. Crushed. He gets set up. Oh yeah, the walk down. So there's been buttons from No Respect in that scenario a couple of times. I like that he just stuck to the simple frame trap stun.
Dang. Really turned it on here.
Yeah, gets Tatsu for setup.
Meterless stuff, yes. I
Oh,
like
again.
it. Very good. Very good work.
Nice part about that throw bait that he used there, that Fierce, it's hit confirmable. So if you see that they did tech, you just hit the heavy kick after. It's a target combo, so good way to do it.
What a start. Roundhouse from that range. That's a big call out.
Empty low.
All the mix-ups are working out well. He's won. Well, okay. No Respect trying to get away.
Oh, the whip.
no!
Oh,
no!
drop again. Yeah, lots of them. Gotta wonder. I think Oliver's was, you know, supposed to be Fireball, and he got the uppercut from the walk forward.
Yeah.
Oh, crushed, yeah. And you see, there's rarely been, yeah, that mix-up has come a couple of times now. Just the throw bait afterwards.
But just into the chain.
Right.
Wow, again, sweep at that spot. Oh, this could be big.
Yeah, spends it.
Looks
Should
like
be
he got
enough.
it. Yeah, there it is.
And that's 2-2.
You can tell if it's going to be enough. Look at the 2.
Yeah.
Top left there.
Yeah.
If it goes away, then it's not a combo anymore.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, he got the combo.
And that means he's dead.
And that means that he won the round.
Yeah. No matter what. Just check it out there. But yeah, I like that little combo from Oliver converting the medium kick into the roundhouse.
Yeah.
Critical art, that was good knowledge of spacing and what his available options were. But yeah, that's 2 apiece. I think Oliver has really solved his approach. And now it's about No Respect, maybe changing things up. And whether that's more offense or just different options on defense, he's got to go with something else.
Seeing a little bit of a different movement here, but then just at that time, Oliver Queen read the jump.
Yeah, the roundhouse
He's really
is so
fishing
often.
for this. Yeah, it's becoming a huge part of this game.
Oh, the duck from Oliver Queen at the end. You saw maybe uppercut, you just didn't get it in time. A few fireballs and then movement from Oliver Queen.
Taking up some spots. So this is where I'm more accustomed to seeing Nash fight this matchup from a little bit further away where he can react to things better and set things up better. This is not where No Respect was playing at the start. He was playing at that sweep range a lot.
Good defense not to get hit by the roundhouse. Oh yeah, air to air. One more will do it.
Oliver Queen's really figuring things out at the time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's really starting to dissuade No Respect from playing the game plan that he came in with, which did well to start, right? 2 games. But in the last couple of games, Oliver Queen has solved a lot of that.
Interesting parry, yeah. Okay, punish. I think he just sees the air movement and, you know, if it's moonsault or jump, he's going to parry. And he's found another punish at that range too with the medium kick. Yeah, Oliver Queen seems to be understanding a lot of the options he can go to now.
And again, that's one of the cool things about playing a first to 10. You have time to figure things out. If you don't know what the punish is immediately, you have some more time to try it out. Dash in this time. I'm sure that's not a safe option, but I like the idea. Give yourself a lot of time to make things happen.
And you know, Oliver's really, okay, spends the meter to close it. Oliver's really brute forcing now. He's really trying to force the issue to make stuff happen. I think because of that, he kind of gave that round up a lot of damage he lost. But, you know, if that's in the sake of learning how your opponent's going to keep you out and you can now go to a different option, then it's probably worth it. Especially all those resources coming in from Nash. That was great.
I love that. Very smart idea. Oliver Queen now going for the pressure. He has always gone in. Oh, crushes it.
And that time it worked. He's gone to that mix-up a few times, close to stun.
Saves the bar. Anything can do it now.
Same thing. He's walked down and trying to throw. He's been out of range a couple of times.
It's nice that NORESPECT has been able to get away, but we haven't seen the damage. We haven't seen the setup come from him. That should be it. No, didn't get the super afterward. Just a miss. Now a chance for NORESPECT.
Again, Oliver got, you see him slowing down a little bit, right?
Oh, he got the jump in. I really think that's what he was looking for.
Yeah, it was anti-air jab from Oliver, but he got stuffed. Got to be chased. Man, not punish this V reversal. He's missed it a few times.
The jab. That's what he wanted before. Interrupted now. The overhead does not seal it. NORESPECT still making this happen. Parry. Oh!
Not instead of uppercut. He's close to chip range, but he spends the bar.
Oh, no super to chill. Wow. EX. Okay.
It's like he did that reversal there, expecting maybe counter poke or backdash. It would have chased backdash also, right? And even if blocked, you know, he would have been able to follow in behind it. But it caught a button, so that works out for Oliver.
Oh, man. All right. So it is, by the way, a little chilly in here.
Yeah.
A little chilly today. And they have heated up.
Yeah, both of them have shedded coats.
Simultaneous. I'm kind of sad for Oliver Queen, though. He had an LA jacket on, like we were saying. He's a transplant. I like that he's adopting his home. It's good. It's good to see.
Oh, yeah. He gets Tatsu knockdown, medium kick Tatsu for maximum carry.
Very early spend on that V reversal.
Yeah, the whiff into the sweep. I think he you know, when he whiffs something, he just looks that there's going to be movement after from Oliver. That's what the sweep is about.
Oliver Queen's doing a really good job of just being a wall. You know, he moves forward a lot. Wow, okay, nice read on that by NORESPECT. But you see the way that Oliver Queen approaches, it's not in the way of a lot of risks. He's just kind of walking forward. He's looking for anti-airs. He's looking for air-to-airs. And we haven't really seen...
Wow, he got him again. Same thing.
Yeah. Oliver Queen able to move forward.
Yeah, you see, I like that Oliver backed up. You see, he gave up that little bit of space just to cage Nash into the corner a bit better.
Knew exactly what he was looking for.
Yeah, that was a much better job by Oliver. Good check after. And the walk down, yeah, he's really catching a lot of these straight buttons. And you're right about the wall. Yeah, really not letting Nash get out a lot of the times. The V reversal's been a consistent way out, though. Oliver moving forwards. Oh, yeah, the roundhouse gets intercepted. That's a button that he's gone to so many times now. I feel like you got to stop it if you're NORESPECT. You got to shut it down.
He has to continue controlling this corner. He's been forced to chase so often. He's had so few cornering opportunities. This has got to be something he really capitalizes on.
Big block. And good defense, too. Yeah, stay patient.
He did mention us. He feels like he needs to play patiently.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's... Woo, okay, saves the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Big again. Will he go for it? Yes.
He's done so.
Should be. He is.
It's another game for Oliver, just like that, right? I mean, that's the danger of Ryu. He gets that one big crush counter, and suddenly you're eating a nice chunk. Oh, look at this. There's maybe some notes or something to remind himself on the phone.
Like he said, he did need to play patiently, and I don't really feel like that's how he's playing. I see a lot of scrambling. I see a lot of running. I don't see a lot of picking a spot and fighting for it that well. He's making some guesses on when he thinks Oliver Queen is going to jump in, when he thinks Oliver Queen is going to walk forward or parry or whatever, and those are okay. But from this range right here, I just don't see that kind of active control. I see a lot of jumping. I see a lot of...
oh, well, man. Okay. What a read.
That was just a good read by Oliver Queen. Didn't expect the hit.
Yeah, he was just looking for frame trap after a throw bait. Gets out, but he doesn't gain corner positioning. And as you mentioned, I feel like Oliver is being more of a wall in a lot of these scenarios than NORESPECT.
Absolutely.
Which is not, you know, usually how this matchup will go.
Yeah, as Nash, certainly you want to try to control the space. You want to prevent Ryu from walking around. You want to have control of the screen, and instead, it's really felt like Oliver Queen, especially in the last couple of games, has had all those things.
Yeah, parrying to build the V gauge. And look, yeah, he walked him all the way to the corner so quickly with, you know, very little damage taken. Another throw, yeah. You're in a bad spot here. You know, it was the meaty and then the walk-up throw again. And yeah, Oliver really just controlling there. He didn't give him a chance to V-reversal. Throwing means that he cannot V-reversal out of the corner. And if you know your opponent's looking for that, then that's a great option to go to.
And NORESPECT has shown that he's looking for that a lot. Even at the start of rounds, as soon as he has a bar of V-meter, he's spent it very early.
Yeah, and if you know he wants the V-reversal, you just don't give him the block. You don't allow that to happen. Crushed, he gets the setup here. And yeah, that is the V-reversal.
Jumping in, he's just got to listen to his own advice. That's not easy to do, and it's not easy to, even in the moment, remember what the advice to yourself was. But a huge part of this is that he has moved forward at inopportune times and has not really had the kind of defense that he needs to have.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I like that. I like the whip moonsault a lot.
We've seen that a couple of times. I like that. I think that's smart. And that's one of the things I mentioned when he is making those interesting guesses against parries. That's nice, but that's still him moving forward. It's not him controlling. You know, we don't see that kind of ice skates movement that we see from some Nashes. We don't see a lot of the anti-airs. Okay, this is looking good. This is a great sequence. Okay.
I feel like Oliver just kind of gave that sweep away. He still had lots of resources that he could have committed to the round. Now both with full critical art.
Oliver just moving forward. What's the control there from No Respect? He moved backwards and jumped.
Yeah, the jump's not going to get the job done. Okay, so he did give him the V-reversal opportunity, and that's what he's looking for. Counter sweep.
I almost wonder if Oliver Queen doesn't mind that much to let his opponent spend V-reversal. He's just been able to corner so consistently. Does it matter that much? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be an issue, right? Okay, this is a great round for No Respect so far. Really clipping Oliver in some impatience.
Oh!
Could have juggled.
Yep, I think he might have tried.
Jump in.
Forward.
Yeah,
No!
he gave it up.
Just like that. All of a sudden, bad news.
Wow!
That V-reversal that turned out as Catching Fierce
definitely
was lucky.
I'm with you there. Definitely feel like that was one of those V-reversals gone awry, and he converted off it, which is great. So pretty close set so far, 4-3. It feels like at the start, right, No Respect really had control in what he wanted to do, and now Oliver has adjusted. And you mentioned that, you know, one of the great things about long sets is that there's counter adjustments back and forth. We're sort of, you know, starting to see maybe the start of that. There's that V-reversal out again, and you got to wonder when Oliver would just got to throw, so that he cannot V-reversal over and over.
Did have that one series of doing it, but yeah, I think that's something he does more often.
Oh, drop. And this will be a big punish. Spent some resources even, but does not lose the corner positioning. Oh, yeah.
Huh, okay, well. Sets up a little mix-up for himself. I like that idea against the parry, just not quite in range.
Okay, this time the big uppercut challenge, and that'll do it. Yeah, so many overheads at the end of rounds have worked out.
Is that the first wake-up uppercut? I think that might have been.
I think you're right, yeah. I think one of the first times he's gone to it. He's seen that scenario so many times, I think he just felt like he knew what was coming. Frame
Yeah,
trap?
it's not uncommon to see more of that as sets go on, as people believe that they have better understandings of their opponent.
Right. Yeah, and Oliver did not do it that often at the start of the set, which is interesting. Sending the message that he's not going to do it. Oh, look at parry again. There's been so many parry attempts from Oliver. It's really an interesting style.
Oh,
okay.
that could have been big. Just mistimed a little bit. Again, the sweep into what?
Yeah, this time the block.
Could seal it if he wants to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, one bar committed.
Just trying to fish for that one last hit. Oh, okay, that was a safe spot.
And Oliver still has a lot of resources, right? This V-gauge. Okay, there's the tech. And he just dashed and got clipped, yeah.
Just expected maybe a backdash out of No Respect there? I don't know. There have been enough sweeps at that spot at that time that I think was a reasonable option for No Respect.
Now the walk down pressure again. And yeah, always the counter poke at that range. Oliver has just got to hit a button that will connect. Oh, crushed again. Stunned too. He's going to have big damage on this.
Probably save the meter move, just go for a setup. Yes, that's what he does.
Oh,
again, that hits. That has hit so many
times. The V
times.
trigger is what it was.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a jerk.
Okay, well.
Okay, saved it anyway. I love it. I love it. Very, very cute.
Can't believe the roundhouse whip there, but, you know, good way to convert anyway from Oliver Queen.
That V-trigger does have a vulnerable frame as Nash starts it up, so it's not a free escape. You have to find the right moment to do it, but with that setup by Ryu, it's a pretty guaranteed setup. I mean, I guess you could go for the alternative of empty jump low, maybe you escape there,
right?
You know, something like that.
But Ryu'd still be safe.
Yeah.
Crushed, he gets the setup again. That's why he's ending in that Tatsu combo. You get the light kick Tatsu, and if you back roll, Ryu's actually going to have more advantage off that jump heavy kick. And there's been back roll pretty much every time from No Respect. You can see it, yeah, back roll again in every knockdown. And if you block, you know, you get hit by that light kick Tatsu, you might want to quick rise occasionally just to throw off the timing.
Oh, I love that jab. That's somebody who understands his opponent's options.
The jump over, yeah, that allows No Respect to escape.
What's the setup? What's the control for No Respect?
Oh,
Sweep again!
Yeah, he just waited to see if there's a button every time and just did the sweep. And Oliver has allowed it to happen. Oh, he could have finished the target combo. Yeah, looking for the counter poke again. The dash up works.
There have been a lot of techs there, but not this time.
Oh, this time the check.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure that was supposed to have been a combo, but I really like that he reacted with jab.
Yeah, instead of just teching like he's done a few times, this time there was actually a real interrupt, even if it didn't lead to a real combo.
Ooh!
To walk back out of range. Yeah,
Okay, so we're seeing Oliver Queen get some more reactions to these dash forwards.
and I think,
Huge part of his game plan.
yeah, just more understanding of like what his movement is in neutral, which is important as Nash. And you see him walk up block just in case there was sweep, but there wasn't that time.
There was no anti-air, now no respect cornered. And he's out of there. But again, the question is, to what end?
Yeah, I mean, he just gives up the damage there too. There's got to be more control, as you mentioned.
Ooh, very cute.
He's going to spend it. All right. You know, even despite this, I think you're right about there needing to be more control from NORESPECT. There's really not enough of a reason for Oliver to be worried.
Oh,
Yeah, throw tech OS.
You know, his meaty pressure has been so light in many of these situations. I understand being worried. Ooh, okay. But that's it. Sometimes you have to go in. Sometimes you got to try to make stuff work. A delayed semi-meaty, you know, that could have been a big...
Oh, we got it.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, just going to go right into it.
So that's Oliver Queen just pressing that button, and then immediately after pressing Fierce Roundhouse, if the opponent runs into the button, yay!
Yep, got him.
Everything works out, and if not, then there's really no cost.
Yeah, and that down medium punch from Ryu, and a really strong counter poke, right? So it's going just fine for him so far. I think really, you know, it's on NORESPECT to figure out a different way to control. And as you mentioned, I feel like it's really not been an issue for Oliver. Like, he just kind of walks into the range he wants to be in. Oh, trade sweep. And NORESPECT, yeah, I feel like he's not doing a good enough job of slowing him down. Oh, missed setup from Oliver. I'd like to see just more booms and anti-airs. I'd like it to be more simple and a little less movement, maybe. Because, you know, oftentimes I feel like Nash players drop. Nash players feel like they have to move a lot, but I feel like maybe in, you know, this is one of the matchups where not quite as much.
Earlier in the game's life, he was played a very, very movement-heavy style, but now when you watch somebody like Bonchan play, it's not really that. It's more offensive, deliberate stuff.
You just see him hanging out that range, looking for sweep.
Okay, I like that bait. I thought that was nice.
And backing up, he doesn't pressure, as you mentioned. He always keeps it pretty light.
Very consistently, he's moving away.
Oh, the whip throw sweep, and it worked. Oliver down now. He does not have the V gauge.
Hey, okay, it worked out this time. So those dash forwards have been good. And, you know, to be fair, it wasn't just the dashing there. He had some nice scythe timings so that Oliver Queen, you know, couldn't just react to something moving forward. I think it was into a grab.
No anti-air.
Here.
Yeah, you got to hit that down medium punch. Or the X scythe.
A couple of options, sure.
Counter. We'll see. Empty low. Yeah, and he threw it. Looked like a down
Throw.
Fierce.
Oh, okay.
Stun, yeah.
It's going to almost build super. Does build super, in fact.
Doesn't spend it.
Oh!
Again. Yeah, that has worked a couple of times. And I like that he's not using that too often. Like, that Tatsu didn't come out until, what, the 8th or 9th game, and then now he uses it again. Just letting that option come out later in the set, it's a good idea to just hold on to something like that. And there have been a lot of throw techs defensively from NORESPECT. I don't think we're seeing him do OS throw tech. It's just been a lot of regular.
I think you're right.
Yeah, like kick Tatsu didn't combo there. He would have had to do the medium.
He sticks a boom out a lot of the times after a knockdown. That just doesn't lead to much. You know, it doesn't prevent movement from Oliver Queen. It doesn't result in damage. Just a way to, you know, make the opponent busy for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Again, very light.
Yeah, it's got to be something. You gotta
That's
mix
killing him. I really feel like that's a big part of this. Sure, some situations you lose out on, but over time, if you're not going to play that game at all, you're giving up a bunch of potential damage.
The counter poke. Oh, big jump. Yeah, one hit is going to do it. Oliver's got tons of resources. Oh, yeah, he got autocorrect fireball instead of uppercut. Oh, the chip. Yeah, he got him.
You know, I'm kind of surprised to not have seen a wake up super.
Wake up uppercut super, right? Yeah. It was just a slightly, he kind of walked back and gave us space because he hasn't been pressuring that much. And then the scythe.
Yeah, I mean, you know, clearly Oliver understood this is a potential chip situation. Should I Dragon Punch or not?
Right.
That's it. He didn't do it.
Yeah, he just gave up enough space to make him believe. Now 6-4. Oliver's still in the lead in the set. Oh, whip punish, yeah. And he got a big sweep out of it too. That's a big button to hit. Whip punish now from NORESPECT. A huge jump. I feel like there hasn't been, oh, anti-air too. Yeah, no
Okay.
V gauge to escape. One more for stun.
Let him out. Stun goes away.
Yeah, I feel like there's been too many normals in the corner from Oliver that have all been view reversal. I'd like to see him realize that and just maybe throw a bit more, mix it
I
up.
love that fireball right there. What an understanding of when his opponent wanted to stop throwing booms.
Fishing with that roundhouse again. That's been a big button that he's hit.
So there's pestering going on from NORESPECT, but it's not in a way that leads to much damage. It's not in a way that leads to much control.
I think that option, V reversal, has been too consistent. There's got to be a little bit of a mix of it. I think Oliver begins to understand it and know that it's just going to come out over and over. And he loses that ability to build multiple V triggers around. In the front. And yeah, he just gets interrupted. I think the patience from Oliver was so important right there. This time there's a little something, but you know, EX Boom is not a mix-up.
No.
Crushed. Oh, missed setup from Oliver.
Oh,
Again.
that has happened 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah, it's looking like it's just guaranteed at this point. Okay. Combo and he spends it.
All right. See what he gets after this. Oliver Queen has all the resources. Will he pressure? That's a question. I just not sure I expected.
Yeah,
it doesn't come.
He doesn't want to go in. He's unwilling to play that mix-up game, but he's losing out so much potential offense because of it.
It's not like Nash has the greatest mix-ups in the world, but he does have the basic frame trap that everybody else has, and we haven't seen that.
Oh, other side, that should be
That's
that.
it. Yes.
Just a couple of those side switches. I like that Oliver has not always done the dash under or always done the dash through or anything like that. It's like sometimes he's in the front, sometimes he's not. So there's enough there to establish a mix-up, and NORESPECT got hit by him. But yeah, I really like the pace that Oliver is playing, and I think that it's on NORESPECT to change that. To really suddenly turn things one way or another. Either clam up and play real slow, or start to play some offense.
I really feel like offense has to be a part of it. Sure, in the neutral game, maybe he does need to make changes as well. Whether that's offensive or defensive is up to him. But when it comes to getting a knockdown and then some situation, you have to go in at least some of the time.
Yeah, and you know, there's been a lot of these sweeps and everything. I feel like he's got to hit another button. There's got to be a little bit more variance in the neutral, right? Set up here. Oh, when he looked roundhouse, he was a few frames late. Or early, I guess.
Backing off, just trying to control some space, and then there's the sweep. So it's not, I don't think that he's looking for scythe into, if the opponent presses a button, I'm going to sweep. It's scythe into sweep.
Yeah, always. Swift scythe, sweep. It's come so consistently. A little counter poke
Oh,
check.
very
That
cute.
was very ambiguous. And again,
Hey!
he's brought out
Success rate
that option.
100?
Yeah, 100%. And it's like, I like that he's, like I mentioned, so rarely using that. It's like he brings it out like once every couple of games. It's like, all right, well, just a little option that you got to think about. Big jump over.
No anti-air.
And just the sweep again at that range, man. Punish, yeah. He was looking to throw bait, but there was a counter jab. No, man, offense, so it's got to be important.
It has to come at some point. It really does, or else you're just not going to take. The dash was there again.
Same kind of thing. He just got reset. Got to expect the trigger. Oh, punish.
Oh, very unsafe.
The look. He was hoping there would be throw. Oh, he could have triggered maybe off the medium punch, but
NORESPECT just waiting it out, letting his orange bar go down. Safe from stun now.
the dash up.
That's the grab. Have we seen dash up frame trap?
Not often, no.
Yeah, I don't think it's only come once or twice, and it's been jabs.
And Oliver, tons of resources. Any medium kick trigger or down medium punch trigger is a critical art. So you got
There it is.
You gotta
There
be
it
careful.
is. Yeah, that was NORESPECT. Look, you got some damage from the dash up grabs. That's good, and it's an important part of Nash's game. But it can't be the only thing that you do.
Right.
So at this point, we're starting to see separation. Right, this is now 8-4 for Oliver Queen. The first two games were taken by NORESPECT, and then after that, it's been, well, 8-2.
Yeah. 8-4 is a tough deficit.
It is.
Yeah, it's a long way to try to bring this back. And there has to be some major adjustments, as we mentioned. You know, it's one of those things where adjusting on the fly is very difficult. You know, I'm sure NORESPECT will look at this later and be like, yeah, there's the things that I can do, right? Or maybe even the advice that he had to himself beforehand will come into play. Man, that walk forward combo was great.
Like it. Oh, what a read! again, that dash forward. And again, it's an important part of Nash's game. You can't give that up. But if there's not something else in your game plan other than the dashing and the sweeps and the scythes, you know, you're just not going to end up taking it.
There needs to be more neutral buttons, yeah. Or even just booms at better ranges.
Right. So the full screen boom is something that a lot of people just call the welcome boom. It lets the opponent do what they want to do. You're busy as Nash during that period of time. The opponent gets to jump forward freely or parry to build V-meter, whatever they want to do. There's nothing really that controls the situation about that boom.
Yeah, even he just gets Tatsu through. Now there's a spot. He's got to watch out. V-reversal is, you know, a threat for him to get out of the trigger too. All right, it works this time. He gets meaty if he wants it, but yeah, he missed the meaty. That was one of the few times he tried offense, and he just didn't get real offensive setup. And, you know, Oliver's so close to putting this on 9-4.
We're seeing a lot of head shaking over on the right.
Yeah, he could have been bigger off that too. Oliver with the chase down. He's got knockdown pressure. Oh, he looked to bait that.
Okay, NORESPECT can still take this. As you said, it's starting to get down to crunch time at this point.
Oh, he's going to go for it.
Will that be enough?
No, definitely not chip, but no punish anyway. Okay, yeah. If there had been double parry there, we'd be talking about a genius, but...
Well, he has done that a couple of times, but
yeah.
when he's done it, there hasn't been that second hit, so he's whiffing a parry. So he just didn't think it was time. Right there, I like that mix-up, at least from NORESPECT. Okay, we're seeing more crouching medium kicks. We didn't see that as much before.
A lot more crowding from Oliver, too. Yeah, oh, that was safe. Oh, missed. Maybe back medium kick, just didn't get that. Now he has offense again. We'll see if he takes it. Just the boom. And that's so light.
It really is, yeah. Whereas Oliver has gotten damage out of his meaty pressure. It really hasn't come from NORESPECT, and I think that's a big part of the difference in games right now. Again, I understand not wanting to pressure somebody with an invincible Dragon Punch, you know? But I mean, it has to come. If you're not going to do it at all, you're going to have a real tough time.
Yeah, but now he's controlling the neutral enough with a big enough lead, and I like the low medium kick. Yeah, you mentioned that was a button he's starting to hit a little bit more.
It's a common button, but we just didn't see him use it earlier in the set.
It was just sweep instead.
Right.
Which is a similar idea, but more unsafe. Medium kick just has a better range.
You know, I like some of the changes in that round, just in terms of boom timing, dashing forward and dashing back, not just into dash grab, but just to move, to move around, to feign a scythe, just to keep Oliver on his toes a little bit. I thought that was a little stronger. 5-8.
Yeah, I like the jump forward from NORESPECT there, actually, over the fireball. You know, Oliver has consistently blocked or parried a few booms and then thrown a counter fireball, and that was where he jumped over.
That's good. So now because of this additional movement, maybe some of that dash into grab will work out better. Wow, Zucchini.
No anti-air.
That EX scythe was on deck.
Oh,
what a clever man.
Oh, I was waiting for that Tatsu once again. It would have worked. There was another boom.
You're right. It would have.
There's got to be another option after that back throw. Now pressure for Oliver. Oh, good block. Oh, it's out of the air. Got to be careful. Nash on C.
Oh, he did go for super. He thought he
chip. Yeah, that would have been canceled. Chip anyway. Unless he parried all of it, but you know, again, same kind of scenario. He didn't go for multiple parries.
And it was at a timing where I don't know if Ryu could have canceled the parry into the second parry quite a time. I think I might have been on the recovery. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think the movement's
a lot
much better.
It really is. Look at it. First time we've seen back fist in forever.
Yeah, much better button to hit at that range. And I like down fierce there too.
Looks much more comfortable.
Or medium
kick. Yes. We didn't see these earlier in the set.
Little side switch. Ah, the Tatsu again, it worked, even though it was something else, man. That trade is no good for Oliver as he lost his screen space. Combo.
Super? Yes, he does. He's done that consistently. He's been willing to spend super when he has it.
He's going to have a pretty big lead.
Well, will he pressure is the question. Does not.
Definitely not.
Does not.
Oh, we got him, and he doesn't spend resources just yet.
Anti-air was there. Oliver, can he find his way back in?
Oh, he's trying to throw bait.
Okay, this may be the start of things. Doesn't go for the setup meaty.
Oh, the jab would kill. He's got to be so careful.
Time to pressure. Super becoming an issue. No, really?
The jump forward? Yeah, and Oliver just committed to a fireball. I'm surprised that he
was
threw
he
that.
expecting backdash?
Yeah, gotta be, right?
Yeah, that's
or
all
counter
I can think
poke
of.
even?
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, but in any case, a couple of games in a row there from NORESPECT.
Yeah, starting to see the adjustment. And this is one of those matchups that's very easy to snowball as Nash. You know, as a Ryu player loses this matchup, it's very it's not unlikely that they start to become a little frustrated and maybe start doing a little too much. As we saw, Oliver was quite the wall in the beginning. You got to be careful if you're Oliver, not getting too upset and, you know, starting to give things away to the Nash player. That's one of these matchups that, you know, if you start to get a little impatient, it's going to hurt you a lot.
Just goes for safe setup.
And the throw break is good. Yeah, his defense has been a little better now.
Yeah, look at these buttons. Well, okay, that didn't exactly work out, but at least he gets out of the corner.
Yeah, tons of screen space he gained back.
So now the question is, how does Oliver make the changes that he needs to make? Okay, great. Didn't throw a fireball there. Got the proper anti-air.
Yeah, cancel.
He's trying to press buttons there, I think, pretty consistent.
On the sweep again. Yeah, he's got to know that series is coming.
He's had the parry a couple of times in that situation. I just think he doesn't expect it's always going to come, but it always comes. Sweep always comes.
Yeah, you gotta be looking for it by now. Oh, the trade, yeah, good completion off that.
Great movement right there.
Oh, but he gave it up so quick. One setup will do it.
Low,
empty
yes.
low, yeah. Oh, he interrupted. Wow, that was crazy awareness from Oliver Queen to look for it, and he had jab on the ground, even though, you know, it could have been up teleported. Fishing with that roundhouse again. That's a chunky button with all that critical art down there.
I really don't like these. The moonsaults are not doing well for him in the last couple of rounds.
I would hope that he would whiff with them again, right? Because
Yes.
that was the better way to do it.
But that kind of harkens back to how they played at the beginning of this match. We really didn't see those options come out for the last, I don't know, 5-6 games.
I like the buttons this round from NORESPECT. A couple of low medium kicks instead of just the sweep. Yes, that little check I like much more.
Saves the bar.
The walk down again. Doesn't spend critical art just yet.
Here, maybe? No, he didn't do it there.
Oh,
this is going to be it
anyway.
So 9 now for Oliver Queen. 1 game away from moving on to face today's master, today's champion, KBrad. The King.
The King.
Take a little
NorCal
break
King.
here. Oh, what's he looking for here?
He just wants to think about it. It's
A little break time. I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Of course, this is potentially the final game for him, so you got to make sure that you know exactly what you're going to do. You know, you can't go into this feeling like you're not sure. And maybe it's not going to work out, but you have to go into it feeling like you have the option.
Yeah, you gotta take some time and think about it. It seems like he's good now. Yeah, ready to hop back into it. And I think you're right. You know, the confidence is important because especially when you're down like this, you know you got to win 4 games straight, which is not, you know, something that's impossible, but you really have to be ready for it.
He's won twice in a row, twice. Right, so he won the first and second, and then he won the 13th and 14th.
Yeah, so you know, it's not like he's unlike making these streaks, right? It's just that Oliver has gotten a little bit better of it. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of getting the better of it, look at this right now.
One more for stun. Interrupt, and he's so close. Yep,
Yes.
the overhead. Shouldn't be enough. Oh yeah, especially if you drop.
So now a chance for NORESPECT. Okay. Skating around a little bit. Very just patient play by Oliver. Okay, jumped at a range that was safe for him, and then just counter poked. I really like how he ended up playing that. Patiently walking, jumping at a safe spot. Really not taking any risks. So now match point for Oliver Queen against NORESPECT.
Another whip, the sweep again. Yeah, it's been a little consistent. I like that dash under though.
That was great.
And keeps up the offense. This is a good sign. It's one of the first times he's done it. Missed meaty, and we've seen that a few times when there has been offense.
Gotta be something.
Okay. I'm surprised he didn't land on it.
Yeah, it kind of sucks for him. Lucky for Oliver Queen. Now, Oliver Queen gets the situation. One more for mix-up for the stun for the kill.
Oh, gotta watch it. Yeah, still that stun gauge so high. He's gonna follow in behind the fireball. That auto-correct uppercut could have been in.
Yes. He went in, but it was only a grab and it was teched.
You know, had he done throw bait into critical art, he could have got it. But, you know, now instead he's...
Oh, too far. Now, Oliver Queen gets the setup. He goes in. He gets... No! Crouching Strong was there.
Oh, he went for it.
Wow.
Yeah, great jump forward. Oh,
no! Everybody gets up. Getting crazy.
Spaghetti everywhere. I don't know. You know, nerves start to set in. You got to compose yourself after that. Both players, right?
Well, it's a lucky one for NORESPECT, that's for sure.
Oh, man. Now you see the walk down from Oliver. Look
Right,
how much
but-
a gauge he's gotten,
Yeah,
B gauge.
He's really been able to do that well, consistently. From the front.
Yeah, you try to walk under it, look like, but
Yeah.
Zombie Nash so slow. What side? Oh, yeah, all right. Well, you know, he tried to kick the elephant.
That happens.
Look at that. Yeah, he's so close. Yeah, he's now got the full V trigger as Ryu.
Oliver Queen has just been able to play this so patiently. And they're pretty even on life. This is not a blow up right now, but oh, there it is. Okay, so harkening back to earlier. He didn't go in again.
You gotta turn that on.
I really, what is it? Once, twice throughout this whole set?
And both times he missed his meeting. Oh, we got him.
One more for Oliver Queen.
Oh, we got him. Yeah,
Yes.
that should be it. And he does complete Oliver Queen. The victory 10-6 over NORESPECT.
So he ends up getting it. You know, we did see some back and forth in the way of adaptation there, but ultimately, on NORESPECT's side, there wasn't enough. At the start of it, those 2 games in a row for NORESPECT, he came out real strong. And Oliver Queen, very soon after there, started to adapt. Had 4 in a row, had another couple situations of 2 in a row, including the final 2. And you know, there were moments in there where it seemed like NORESPECT was starting to get a handle on some of it, but he never went in. There you can see exactly what happened. Oliver Queen defeated NORESPECT. Oliver Queen, putatively from Southern California, for purposes of today. And NORESPECT from Northern California goes to back to the NorCal, I guess. And that means that Oliver Queen is going to have EG KBrad coming up in a bit. But before that, we're going to go over to Sajam. He's going to have a word with the players.
Hey, what's up, guys? First, I just want to say super awesome set. It was really good to see. It's a really interesting matchup that we don't often get to see in long sets anymore. So it was really cool to see you guys play. But you ended up getting the victory. You know, you got the W. Was there anything in your game plan you feel like you had to change, right? Because at the start of the set, he beat you the first 2 games. And then you sort of had a little run since then. You know, what was the adjustment you made after the first 2 games? And what was your overall game plan?
In the beginning, I think I was kind of like just seeing the way he played, because I don't think I did too well. And he kind of threw me off when he kept dashing in. Like, I tried to react, but some of them I couldn't react to the dashing, and it threw me off after that. And I just reminded myself to keep playing the way I played. So that's what I ended up doing.
Okay, so you know, one of the things you mentioned before the set is that you wanted to play patient. That was one thing you were looking to do. And, you know, do you feel like you stuck to that game plan? And if not, you know, is there things that you wish you had adjusted to instead? How do you feel the set went?
In the beginning, I thought I did well. But as the set started getting, you know, I started doing unsafe moves, and I started, you know, going in. He started capitalizing on it, so mistakes.
Yeah, was there anything he did that was unexpected to you? You know, you guys have played a few times. One of the things I noticed is that you really were getting out of there with V-reversals a lot. And it didn't seem like he really had a read on that at the beginning. But was there anything that you started to make a comeback at the end? Was there an adjustment you made, or was it just you feel like you got into your groove?
I kind of got in my groove. I stopped using the sweep because I know that's really unsafe, but usually works. But in this case, he's the winner today. Congrats.
Yeah, congrats indeed. It was, you know, a close set, and I feel like, yeah, the sweep was definitely working in a lot of the situations, especially there was the cool movement you would do where you would bait the parry with the moonsault and then punish after. I thought that was really interesting. One thing that you did do a lot was parry, and I feel like you don't see other Ryu players really nearly parry as much as you did in the matchup. Is that something specifically that you like to do? Have you seen other people do it, or is it something you just feel comfortable with?
It's something I feel comfortable with. I was parrying a lot of his sonic booms. So I was like, well, I know we're going to play this game for a while. And then I like to parry in between block strings every now and then. Some of them weren't good reads, but some of them did work out. So.
And so, you know, before we talked about this, one of the cool things about this is that you guys got to play your first of 10. You got the victory. Now you're going to be playing up against KBrad. So is there anything you feel like, you know, heading into this match versus KBrad that you specifically trained for, or is it just you want to go in there and play and see how you do?
Yeah, I just played against Cammy, practicing against. I like the matchup against Cammy a little more. At least I don't have to, like, chase her down as much. I let her come to me. So.
Yeah, it's a lot of chasing as Ryu in that matchup. So, you know, you did go down. It was a pretty close set. 10-6 is definitely doable. Is there anything you wanted to say as, you know, maybe give a shout-out to anybody or any final thoughts on the matchup?
Shout-outs to Panoptic, Taunt. Thank you for working out with me. Other than that, you'll see me next year continuing on. It's my, you know, I'm new to the scene, so can't wait.
Awesome. So, really great showing. We're going to come back with KBrad versus Oliver Queen in just a bit. We'll see you guys then.
Full plate and go.
Good shit, guys. everybody, welcome back to the ESL King of the Hill here in lovely Burbank, California. I'm Sajam, and this is...
Hey, I'm Ultra David. That's right. So we've already seen one match today. It was Oliver Queen versus NORESPECT. NORESPECT came out pretty well.
Yeah.
Had 2 in a row. But then after that, there were 4 in a row by Oliver Queen, and he really never looked back.
Right.
There were a couple times when NORESPECT started to move up a little bit, but just never really did what he needed to do to take the whole thing.
At the tail end of the set, he started to make that comeback, right? He was down
true.
maybe like 8-4, and then it turned into like a situation where it was like the 9-6, right, where it was getting closer. But yeah, it felt like he came out really strong, but Oliver Queen had the necessary adjustments. But he gets the privilege now of playing against the king of the hill currently, which is NorCal's KBrad. Evil Genius's KBrad, who is looking absolutely comfortable over there on the couch right now. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about how this is going to go in case you missed the first part. We have a NorCal and Southern California representative. Winner gets a chance to play against the reigning King of the Hill, which is currently KBrad after he defeated Alex Myers just 2 weeks ago.
That means that I have to say NorCal rather than NoCal because somebody from NorCal won. Congratulations. I hope that Oliver Queen lets me say NoCal again.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a long set, right? It's a 1st to 10. You can play whatever character you'd like. The beach and training stages are banned. And if you lose, you have the choice to switch character. But I don't expect that from either of these guys.
No.
I think they'll likely play, their characters the whole way through. But yeah, it's going to be a real long set, so it's going to be interesting to see how the adjustments go.
Just looking for Ryu and Cammy here.
Yeah.
I think that's all that we can really expect out of both players. They've been pretty consistent about it.
Yeah.
The whole time so far.
But yeah, as a reminder, there was that victory that KBrad got last week. He gets himself one of those Controller Chaos arcade sticks, right? The custom ESL ones. So he'll have another one to check out. We're going to get a chance to take a peek at it. Boom.
Look at
KBrad's going to have one of those taken home to NorCal.
Check out ControllerChaos.com.
Yeah, Controller Chaos. You can also follow them over on Twitter to see their different stuff. They do custom, fight sticks, GameCube controllers for Smash, Pokken controllers, all that kind of stuff.
I got a couple of those.
Yeah, they're very nice products. So yeah, we'll take a look at the bracket here and see what the players are going to be in just a second.
Yeah, this is what's happened so far today. Oliver Queen and NORESPECT, like we said, that already happened. That ended up being 10-6 in favor of Oliver Queen. And, I liked a lot of what Oliver Queen did with Ryu, but now he has to challenge E.G. KBrad, one of the most successful players in North America, who's been traveling all over the place. Just an absurd number of miles for this guy so far this year. He has been everywhere. He was here last week, and that's why he's here again, because he was victorious, and pretty convincingly victorious as well. Now we're going to go over to Sajam to have a conversation with KBrad and Oliver Queen.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to talk to the players in just a minute. Southern California's Oliver Queen, who just won that set against NORESPECT, and KBrad, the reigning champion. I just have a question first. How was the steak after last week that you won? You mentioned you're going to get one. How was it?
It was pretty nice, man. And then the hotel I'm staying at right now has some nice steak there too. So I gotta win, man.
You doubled up?
I gotta win.
So, you got the win last week. That means that you're here, and you got to watch the first set that happened between Oliver Queen and NORESPECT. You got a chance to scope it out. What did you think of that set, and how do you think your chances are going into this?
The set was pretty close. Like, the score was 10-6, but it was pretty close. The only problem was NORESPECT, when he had a lead, he would go in instead of like running away. So it could have been way closer than it was, but I think he threw away a lot of games. But it was pretty close, pretty nice sets. Pretty happy about they said in Capcom Cup I might have to fight Daigo first. Oh, okay. So this is like super good practice for me, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Right, so you're going to have to play Daigo first, potentially in that Capcom Cup bracket. Interesting to know. So you mentioned earlier that you feel comfortable in the Cammy matchup. Do you feel comfortable against a player like KBrad, right? He has a very different style than a lot of Cammies. He's a much slower-paced Cammy. Do you think that style helps you, hurts you? What do you think about it?
I know it's going to be a tough match for me. So I've been training, and I hope my training pays off for it. So I'm really excited to play against him, and especially in the 1st to 10. So.
All right, so a chance to play a long set against someone like KBrad. You mentioned going into Capcom Cup. Is part of your training doing a bit of longer sets, or are you just interested in focusing on training with anybody you can, or what's the thought process like going into Capcom Cup?
It rotates because I like to play long sets also, so I can like learn a lot of things. But sometimes when I go over like F-Champ's house and he has like a bunch of people over there playing, like we do like 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5s. So it'd be 3 out of 5s, then you get up. So you really don't want to get up, so you just run the 3 out of 5, and Capcom Cup is 3 out of 5, so it's pretty good practice.
Right, yeah. Capcom Cup coming up pretty soon. You obviously are not in Capcom Cup. You've just been practicing and really training this year. This is the first year you do it. Is there anything that you have, headed into next year? Are you looking forward to maybe traveling to more events, or what's your process like?
Yeah, traveling out to more majors and competing. That's what I'll be doing next year. That's my main goal.
Right. That is your main goal. And, you know, KBrad, you did some of the most traveling this year headed to Capcom Cup. Are you looking to maybe slow things down headed to next year, or are you going to keep traveling as much as you are?
I'm not going to travel as much as I did this year. This year was a little too much, but I'm still going to go to a bunch of tournaments. I'm going to go to all the major tournaments. Maybe not as much like international events, because I went to like every international event also. So I don't know about that. I'll still go back to Europe because I got to do good in Europe. I don't make it out of pools in Europe, so I gotta do that.
All right. Well, you heard it from both of these players. Some thoughts as we head into this first to 10. You guys are going to have a long set. Good luck to the both of you, and we'll see you guys play in just a bit. Hey everybody, welcome back. We just heard from both of our players. This is, of course, the ESL King of the Hill in Burbank, California. I'm SageM. This is...
I'm Ultra David. So now I think this is going to be a real treat. KBrad, like we were saying before, has been traveling around just a tremendous amount. He's had a lot of success at majors events, and as Street Fighter V has aged a little bit, he has gotten better with it. You know, when the game first came out, he didn't really feel like he could play the game that he wanted to play.
Right.
Right. But as the game has gone on and as he's become more confident in it, people have become a little bit more confident in it and understood more, you know, he's become stronger at this grounded footsies style.
Right, and I think that's a style that it takes time to develop.
Exactly.
You really have to know all the options in a game to slow it down,
For sure.
right? Because if you can still be surprised by stuff, then playing that sort of rhythm is really hard to do. But now that he really understands the game better, yeah, as you mentioned, he's in the tail end. He made it in the Capcom Cup. He's had a great year so far in all things Street Fighter. So again, it's going to be really interesting to see him play another long set. It was really, you know, convincing for him last week in both of the sets that he played, or 2 weeks ago, in both of the sets he played here at King of the Hill. So we'll see if Oliver Queen can give him maybe more of a challenge in a longer set, Ryu versus Cammy.
And it is a cool preview if it ends up being him versus Daigo, to see what his ideas are against a Ryu. You know, Oliver Queen has, as you said, has not been playing as long as some other people have. He's relatively new to the scene. He brings his own ideas into it, right?
For sure.
He's not coming into this with the same sort of ideas that people who have been playing for 10, 15 years.
Right, exactly.
So there's some interesting new stuff in there. So that's part of why I think this is going to be a really cool set to watch. People with different ideas about how to play the game than many other people. KBrad's Cammy style was very much not what many other people were doing with him,
yeah.
with her. But he has made it work, and it seems extremely strong. And I feel like Oliver Queen is the same kind of way.
Yeah, You know, before we hop into this set, we'd like to thank a couple of our partners, of course, who are helping make this event happen. You know, it's been really great to work so far alongside ESL. And, you know, of course, there's our show that happens. That is every Tuesday, the Ultra Chen show. You guys can check it out at 8 p.m., twitch.tv/UltraChenTV. We'll talk about all the things, fighting games, not just Street Fighter, but a large chunk of it is that. And just discuss, you know, tournaments, news, footage, Dark Donald being revealed at Red Bull Battlegrounds, you know,
That's
that
right,
kind of
look
stuff.
out for that.
Yeah, we just talk about all kinds of things over there on the Tuesday show, 8 p.m. tonight.
That's right. Not too long from now, actually. It's
Yeah,
about
just a
3.5
few hours away.
Yeah, exactly right.
And, you know, of course, we have Controller Chaos, which you guys have seen quite a few times already, actually. Today, they have one of those custom arcade sticks that you guys can win. The King of the Hill will actually hold on to one. So, KBrad going to be trying to juggle multiple sticks here by winning multiple weeks. I think he just gets the one. But,
Yeah, he
you know.
definitely just goes.
But, you know, yeah.
I confirmed that myself.
Yeah, Christitarian got one. Alex Myers, and now KBrad. So maybe Oliver Queen gets a chance to score one of those things today. You can follow along on the social media channels, Controller Chaos, as well as ESL SF, and get a chance to win one yourself.
That's right. All right, well, the players are getting ready over there. They both have their headsets on. They're about ready to go. It, like we said, almost certainly is going to be Cammy versus Ryu. That's what we're looking out for. One of the best Cammies in the world,
Yeah.
KBrad. Absolutely fantastic player. And for Oliver Queen, you know, Ryu is not as common a character in high-level play as you might expect. Everybody loves Ryu, right? He's a super popular character when it comes to more casual play. But in fact, at a higher level, he is not an easy character to use.
Definitely not.
Not an easy character to use at all. But he's one of the few in the U.S. who's doing it in a strong way, and I think that's great to see. So he lines up with his costume there. He said this is his favorite color, favorite costume.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's the
I like
Halloween.
it.
For
Yeah.
Ryu.
Huh?
You know, you
Cool.
can take off the helmet too
I do know that.
if you hold the buttons down. Yeah, but you know,
He said he
KBrad-
doesn't like that one as much.
No, really? I think it looks cool with the helmet too. I'm a fan. Yeah, KBrad locked in with Cammy. It's an interesting matchup. You know, Oliver, he's not the most defensive Ryu. He certainly likes to get in there on offense. Stuff like, you know, media roundhouse or dash up roundhouse as something he goes to. So it's going to be interesting to see. I feel like maybe KBrad will be the more defensive player in a lot of this.
Yeah, I expect a lot of slow play out of KBrad. I will try and hit confirm. He often does do that, but not quite there. One thing he said about this matchup to me is that he feels like it's pretty even. If he was going to give the advantage to any character, it would be to Cammy.
Oh,
but
interesting.
that damage from Ryu, you could just see that melt off Cammy's life. Cammy does not have very much life, and Ryu deals a ton of damage. So she can't get hit. But
Yeah,
he feels like she controls a lot of situations.
She's been hit twice and taken a little chip, and you can see the life bar up there.
Right.
So yeah, really, the damage output for Ryu is massive.
Look at his patience by Oliver Queen. That's good to see. Okay, nice mix-up. Will he spend it? He does.
Yeah,
So
just to get a
V-trigger's
little lead.
on. Oh, lovely fireball timing.
And reaction from KBrad to get through. Oh, he has this throw bait, but yeah, it works out. He can go for anything here, but he chooses just meaty pressure.
Couple of hits, then the dash, surprising dash. Oh, too far for the strong.
Yeah, KBrad gotta be careful. There's so much gauge down there for Oliver Queen.
Oh, I like the block a lot. Feigned going to the other side. Not quite there. KBrad just looking for one more thing. Ah, very neutral situation after that. They both press buttons.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You know, as KBrad, that dive kick, maybe uppercut critical art could have been there, or
Could have been
something like
parry,
that.
you know,
Or
could've-
yeah, parry into, you know, strong into fireball and
Right.
the whole thing. So gotta be careful. There has not been a lot of anti-air so far from Oliver Queen on the different approaches, right? You can see. KBrad's trying to
big
mix up the
time.
dive kick timing.
I think he's doing that.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Really, wake up. Fireball.
He did that before, right, to catch the space. Okay, parry anti-air. Nice chunk, even though the combo was not, you know, huge. It's just a lot of damage.
Ah, very nice. Gets the corner. It's a huge benefit of Cammy being able to switch like that. Reactions were there. Confirms were there.
The counter poke, yeah, he doesn't have any gauge to spend. You know, he didn't have the full critical art.
And KBrad has often said, you have to throw him. He is not going to tech in many situations at all.
Oh,
Oh, there it
got
is.
him.
That's what we were talking about last time. This might seal it or be very close. Look at that, a pixel.
You know, it was the miss. He could have uppercut into critical art, and that would have done it. But instead, it was just the raw critical art. Now
Right.
he's got to work on the
Oh,
end.
no! Wow! Oliver Queen ends up losing it. KBrad, I love that confirm. Once you get trigger with her, you know, any button that you press can be a window into what you should next do. That's exactly what he used it for.
Yeah, that low medium kick. You see it hit, you can pop that V trigger and get the uppercut. Good work. That's 2 rounds straight for KBrad. And yeah, he looks pretty comfortable so far. Okay, I like that there's an anti-air now. You gotta watch. Yeah, that dive kick was an uppercut bait. What she can do is just jump and maybe miss the uppercut from far away. But look at the offense from KBrad. It's close to stun. One more will do it. Maybe empty low on the other side. He was trying.
Very buttonsy. Wow, okay. So these dive kicks have really paid off for KBrad. Sure, he's been parried once, you know, he's been knocked down once, but you can see what the benefit is to Cammy of making them work, of enforcing that kind of movement option.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 1 or 2 uppercuts. Yeah, like, but look at that. That's what you get if you're right as KBrad, and that's what he did. It's such a low risk thing to do. Opened up after that light kick, and yeah, close to stun is Oliver Queen, but now it's gonna fade away a little. Still a threat, and KBrad, you know, he loses corner positioning now, but yeah, you gotta throw him, as you mentioned. He's really just gonna block it out until you do. Yeah, KBrad, wow, look at the strength of that. 2 games straight quick ones. Oliver Queen has got to adjust.
Bunch of stuff that I really like about what KBrad's doing. You know, we talked about the dive kicks, and now he's making Oliver Queen whiff some options and allowing himself to get in like that. I think that that's a big part of it. But I also really like how he's dealt with the V reversal for Cammy. He waited until he saw a strong, you know, that he blocked a strong. That's a free V reversal. If it had been a jab or something like that, maybe not so much. Her V reversal is unsafe, so you got to make sure that it's the right option. But he has done that so far, and he's been able to convert being cornered into getting the corner in 2 big moments.
What a big uppercut from KBrad. He rarely does that. That's not an uppercut that he throws out often. Oh, big fierce too. Button is huge. And now, yeah, you can see the uppercuts. I like that Oliver Queen is walking forward a bit more into uppercut range so that there can't be the fakes with dive kicks, right? He's getting into a range where that's not an option from KBrad as much. Damage off the V-trigger.
Oh, yeah. Man. Well, it was going to be into V-trigger cancel anyway, but yeah, I like that time.
Yeah, that was landing a button from KBrad that got crush countered. See him switching up the air options, right? Jump dive kick sometimes, empty jump at that range. Oh, that was a dive kick miss. Crushed again, he gets safe jump.
Okay, and backs off.
Yeah, maybe expecting an uppercut.
Oh, man. Big timing. Oh, the drop! KBrad looking for the big stuff, trying to get the confirm. He has trigger. Oh, interesting, the movement. But yeah, I like this moving forward by Oliver Queen too. It's not just Cammy moving forward. So rather than having to zone her out, which is not easy to do, Oliver Queen has instead been trying to pressure.
Oh, yeah, you got clipped. Oh, drop.
Oh, big timing.
Could have been punished, but now he still has offense. And the wake-up buttons from KBrad. He's not going to uppercut that often. Yeah, you can see just patience.
Yeah, he's a very patient player. That was his game in SF4 as well. He does not often drag much. Oh, I like that.
I like the new options from Oliver Queen. You know, he was walking forward so that he is in range to uppercut it often. And then there's a few new things, right? The air-to-air. Yeah, I really like the way he's playing this match. I like that he made a quick adjustment, right? That was 2 quick rounds for him after losing to KBrad in the first 2 games. But it's an early sign to send that, you know, he's not going to go down without, you know, adjusting and playing a good set himself.
Again, walking forward. I don't know if this is what KBrad expected. I think he might have been expecting that more zone-heavy style. But instead, Oliver Queen has been able to, you know, play more offense.
Yeah, and I think that's a great choice from him. You know, you can't just give KBrad the ability to run in and clip you. Oh, this should be stunned. Yeah.
Not going to be death, though, so what's the situation afterward?
KBrad just gets as much as he can without spending any meter. Oh, you see the parry instead of uppercut just in case. Clip low, yeah, that'll catch you if you're, you know, stecking or something.
Oh, not quite there. No, anti-air.
Yeah, I think he's just thrown off about all the different approach options, right? The dive kicks, sometimes being EX, sometimes there's empty jump. There's just so many things that KBrad does to throw off the timing that when he jumps just regular like that, you're just not ready.
Yeah, many times he's just on the ground as well. He doesn't need to be in the air. She has great walk speed and good normals on the ground, so it could be either kind of approach.
Got hit by that. Oh yeah,
like
solar plexus.
Yeah, to take up space in exactly that range I was just talking about.
Yeah, that's a new option. Good block. No punish or anything. And this will buy off the stun from Cammy. She doesn't got to worry about it. What a jump. There's been a wake-up fireball a few times from Oliver Queen, and I think KBrad knew it.
Oh, what a chase.
Okay, good block. Oh, he just forward. That was another V reversal, I think.
I'm not sure.
Or he's a genius.
I mean, he did take up space with that button just a little bit ago as well.
Either way, he converted off it, accident or not. And yeah, now looking to put himself to tie things up, which is impressive, right? There was a quick adjustment that he's made. Oh, that was the uppercut from KBrad.
Absolutely.
But now huge opportunity with the pressure. This stand light kick stuff has worked out for KBrad the whole time. The V reversal just to get the space. And you'll take that anti-air because now there's no corner positioning anymore for Cammy.
Drop, and then walks up for the grab. Oliver Queen looking for something big there. No answer. Oh, he thought it was dive, so he tried his own parry.
And it was supposed to be dive kick, right?
I think you're right.
It was not early jump. That's certainly a V reversal. Oh, with the bait. He wanted to throw, but yeah, KBrad, he's not going to tech that often. What a confirm. It's huge damage.
Wow. Yeah, I'll say. But just like that, it's a tie set.
2-2. And it was so quick, right? I mean, you know, KBrad cleaned up the first 2 games and was looking great, and Oliver with the adjustment. I like more forward movement. Now you got to wonder if KBrad will maybe do the reverse and then slow things down instead of trying to move forward himself,
Certainly
right?
in his game plan, in his ability as a player.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if now KBrad, you know, he doesn't force things and he just lets this be slow.
Look at this grounded play. Oh,
Yeah.
what a timing. Just as soon as we mentioned his grounded play and Oliver Queen started playing against it too, that was the jump timing. He's such a smart player, KBrad.
Yeah, there's the approach again. He tried to see if the same kind of thing would work out. Yeah, good confirm from Oliver. That's really impressive.
Not easy.
I like that he's not overcommitting too. There wasn't a ton of walking forward to let her escape easily by V reversal or something. Good blocks and patient and whip punish.
Was there. I really like a lot of Oliver Queen's game plan. So KBrad just turns it on, see if he can get anything. Grounded movement.
Whip punish again. It's not easy to do. And okay, one more. Overhead. Yeah, great block.
Oh, I'm sure she can. Well, actually, maybe not from that range.
Yep.
KBrad not quite there. Needs something else. Can he find his way in?
Gotta be careful about the instant EX dive kick or even a fake dive kick. Okay.
Oh,
the throw
the
tech again.
bait was there.
A few times he's teched right there instead of doing throw OS or something, right? Yeah, and KBrad got that because of it. And then the early uppercut too. Oh, delayed jab. Okay, yeah, again, Oliver's okay with that, I think, just to get out of the corner.
Well, he has the corner himself now. This is going to be a ton of stun and damage on Cammy.
Yeah, one more throw.
Will
We'll
there
stun.
be anything out of KBrad? He tends to be patient. He pressed buttons instead of Dragon Punch.
And Tatsu to close it out. Yeah, good work from Oliver Queen. That was a quick round. That V-trigger pop from Ryu in the round, I like early because you get that extra damage and stun. It makes your fireballs a little bit more dangerous. It's a good way to deal with it.
Ah, that's an important tool. Crouching strong.
Oh yeah, he was looking to parry the dive kick again, but it was a miss from KBrad.
Grounded control, and then as soon as he felt he had it, he comes in with the air attack.
One more for stun, actually. Oh yeah, the tech again.
The
KBrad gets over. He's going to be able to build up some damage here, but not close it. Counter poke gets clipped, and you know, that's one thing KBrad will do. Find your counter poke timing and dive kick it. Not out of this.
Oliver Queen, yeah, definitely.
Oh, that was huge. That could have been big. KBrad, the defense
Just
and
playing
patience.
patiently.
Oh, we got him.
You know, that's the thing about playing patiently in a fighting game. If you're playing it well, it just looks like you're not doing anything. But there are so many moments in there where many people would panic.
Yeah.
Press throw tech, press a button, try to move. It feels difficult to just stay still. That's harder to do than many things in fighting games. And yet KBrad's doing it. So
Yeah.
Oliver Queen has to see that. Wow, he's baited there again. He has to see that and get the grabs more consistently.
Yeah, learning to do, what a parry attempt with the buffer from KBrad. Learning to do nothing is so much harder than learning to do something. It's so much, yeah, it's very difficult to do. This is going to be damage for KBrad. Likely the round, and it is, yeah. Great work for him. I like that he keeps baiting this uppercut, and you know, Oliver Queen's trying to rotate his defensive options between parry and uppercut and, you know, other things like that down strong, but it's really tough to stop all the aerial movement from Cammy. It's a trade, but immediately KBrad takes up space.
No,
Oh, we got him.
it was quite late.
Does not spend the trigger.
Just a lot of damage anyway. Oh yeah, interruption.
Close to stun is KBrad. Oh, he blocked?
Really? Interesting. So rarely does KBrad do that, and yet Oliver Queen had the right call. Oliver Queen has walked up and then, you know, not pressured, expecting a Dragon Punch before in this set already, but he had the right call there.
Yeah, it was a great block.
A lot of damage.
Oh, miss from KBrad again. Those are rare uppercuts from KBrad too. He really does not do it often, so to be ready for Oliver Queen is really impressive. Oh, big jump over the button. Look at the damage output on this on Cammy.
Yeah, that's not at all an optimal combo. Wow, a lot of damage.
Yeah, well, it's for the situation.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Ryu
yeah,
can
yeah.
get so much more, right?
Right.
Oh man, counter hits it. Oh, he looked for the frame trap, but KBrad had a faster button out. Interrupt, but KBrad's in there. He's got critical art on deck. He's not spent on the first hit, because next will kill if he spends it. And he does.
Yes, that'll do it.
That was such a great round for Oliver too. Like, he was really in there and looking like he could close it out, but just a little series at the end from KBrad was so important.
Yeah, I like a lot of what both players are doing. This is not at all a runaway.
Definitely not, yeah.
4-2, but you know, there's been a lot of good ideas on Oliver's side. There are some things that are tripping him up. You know, he's been caught with this game, right? You know, what to do about Cammy as she jumps in. Do you parry? Do you throw a fireball? Do you Dragon Punch? They all are solutions to different options, but you know, they're big bets, all of them. So that's been tough for him to deal with. when Cammy's up close. You know, KBrad's game exactly like that has just really paid off really well. The throw, the frame trap, all that stuff has been there.
He gets the Tatsu. I mean, he's definitely not out of this round. As Ryu, damage output, okay, whip punish.
No, he's another hit from taking.
Ooh, he charged it for a while. KBrad interrupted and stunned. Wow, what a round from Oliver to bring it back.
Denjin Ryu.
Yeah, for real, the stun output is so immensely high from Ryu. Especially in that V-trigger, right? Fireball and uppercut, so much stun output. But yeah, he's really been in trouble when up close dealing with the frame traps of Cammy.
Yeah, that's been tough for him. It's tough for everybody.
Yeah, Ryu's normals really are not great for contesting at that range, and he found a little sequence for himself. EX for extra range, I like that. It's a good opportunity. And now he's catching KBrad hitting a lot of these buttons.
Look at this moving forward. Has a chance for the perfect. KBrad presses buttons. Will he try to get in?
Oh, he got him.
Finds it. Saves the trigger.
Okay, KBrad's still a while from this. He's got critical art.
Well, at this point, he's maybe another mix-up depending on what comes. Okay, one more now.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. That was what he
it.
wanted. And he was just a pixel or two away.
Had that low medium kick connected. Cancel, stun, and that's the game.
Yep.
But, he gets away with it. And I feel like that was kind of like the other game KBrad just got where he just snuck and got it. So now 3-4. It's been a real close set. Definitely Oliver looking so far to put up a better fight than anybody KBrad played, 2 weeks ago.
Right.
The up close pressure from him is great. He's really found when KBrad wants to counter poke and has done a good job of shutting that down.
Okay, that was good blocking.
That neutral jump again from Oliver. V reversal this time on something that is V reversible, which is that Fierce.
Here comes KBrad now, exactly again where he really stand strong interrupting that?
Yeah, surprised about it. And the meaty. One more will do it for Oliver here.
KBrad slowly in on the approach, hoping to find some big button that he can convert from.
Oh,
really?
He's not gone to that, pretty much at all so far.
Right, well, that's why it worked, I guess. KBrad, damage.
One more for taking it.
Oh! Super's there!
He spends EX instead. Yeah, less resources committed.
Very good.
Really, really smart to know the damage output. Just be aware. So now, Oliver, he lost that round, but he still looks good on the pressure. It's just, KBrad smothering. Other side. And it was counter. KBrad tried something, and an uppercut. Yeah, he's realized that there is real pressure from Oliver.
Right. Have to get the opponent away from you. So still cornering. Oh, missed it! But so did Oliver.
He really wanted that parry, and yeah.
Oh, he got a big time on the jump. KBrad, perfect timing for that.
And I feels like he really just gets in from the air whenever he wants. It's really not been.
It's a real tough game. I mean, it's a tough game for everybody. That's one of the reasons why she's so good, is that she has these different air options. Jump roundhouse, jump fierce, or dive kick, early dive kick, or late dive kick, or EX. They're all dealt with differently. At the same time, she can approach on the ground too. She just has these different threats that few other characters have.
This was the first time KBrad has gone V-skill, and the immediate interrupt from Oliver. It's great awareness. It just shows how ready he is. One more for stun. Oh yeah, there was the throw tech finally from KBrad.
Yeah, I think that's the first time that we've seen. Nice. The first time we've seen the shimmy into, the payoff.
Yeah.
For Oliver Queen against KBrad.
I think finally he just waited long enough and KBrad finally did it. It's very rare that works out. Okay, throw this time, yeah. And I think he's realized that throw against KBrad works. There's the counter. And the wake-up options for KBrad really not paying off now. There's a throw tech away.
Yeah, that's an important thing to see. But KBrad follows up well.
Yeah, chase down. Interrupts. Gotta be careful, KBrad. I mean, okay, he has stun potential, but the V reversal.
Yeah, very smart by Oliver Queen. And now, how does he deal with Cam? Oh, I was gonna say, how does he deal with her moving in? But instead, he moved in, and that's why he was able to do so safely.
Oh, yeah,
KBrad just didn't expect it. He's not expecting these jumps forward while Cammy has trigger.
The V reversal just to gain that space. Oh, he's got him.
Not quite that.
Oh, the late jab.
The shimmy again. The slight walk back of the button. So 2 big opportunities in that game there that show that Oliver Queen can make that work. He can make KBrad tech. He can make KBrad press buttons.
And counter hit him on wake up and figure all that out. Yeah, you're right. It's impressive that a player like KBrad, whose usual wheel of defensive options work out so well, is getting kind of smothered up by the offense from Oliver Queen. That's a punish, and this could start with the end of what we'd expect KBrad's rounds to look like. There's no double uppercut, but still close to stun.
Wow. Okay.
Try to anti-air jab. Doesn't work out. Now look at KBrad's round.
Look at that screen movement. That was coast to coast.
Yeah, carries him all the way, and you know, a very efficient round for KBrad. That's the kind of round you expect from him when he gets that early opportunity. It was one block sweep that led to all of that.
Top corner now, Oliver Queen, and he moves forward, and no anti-air.
Again, yeah. Oh yeah, the double fireballs are getting caught. He likes to throw one and then the immediate follow-up, and look at this. Yeah, this looking like a great game for KBrad. Caught.
Okay. Extremely damaging situation. Look at this. Look at that red up there. Look at it. Oh my god. And one more hit maybe for stun too.
Oh, but KBrad with the button.
It is.
No, he drops. And the chase down. That was really just the awareness from KBrad. So impressive, but no, he didn't do the uppercut. He didn't believe the dive kick would come.
Well, I don't know. I think he might have. I feel like we saw him do full, like, I saw Ryu walk forward, then crouch.
Yeah.
Which is like the start of a Dragon Punch motion.
Yep.
And then he pressed something else.
Medium punch, it would look like.
Yeah, I think it was. I feel like he wanted that to have been strong Dragon Punch.
Yeah.
But he just didn't quite get the time.
Oh, what a buffer. Yeah, that big 6-framer fierce out from KBrad. The reversal to gain space from Oliver Queen. Man, that had been a jump. KBrad would have been in there. And I feel like the fireballs, the problem is they are always coming in bunches.
Nice timing.
Fireballs are always in bunches from him. They're never just solo fireballs. There's always a second follow-up. Oh, in the front. And the back throw to gain positioning from KBrad.
Good pressure situation.
The chase downs.
Very consistently.
Yeah,
Been able to chase that down. I mean, it's a common thing to try to jump back in the corner, but it's been a terrible idea in every game except for like one or two. And yet everybody tries it. So it's really important to see that KBrad shuts it down.
Oh yeah? It didn't work?
No! Big time damage, loss of resources, loss of life.
Gotta wonder if that was uppercut just turned. Critical R.
Maybe so.
It happens. Okay. The lockdown, and yeah, that was a big loss for KBrad. Oh, miss. The walkdown pressure, it's so consistent. The counter hit buttons have worked out so often, and you'll take that to get out of the corner as Oliver.
Anti-air, yes. KBrad tried to evade, but just not at the right spot for it.
The EX dive kick late. You see the aerial approach. There's so many options from Cammy to get in. And KBrad works them. Okay,
Oh, yes!
spent it, yeah.
Speaking of confirms, that's going to be round for Oliver Queen.
An important one because, you know, 7-4 is much different from 6-5 in terms of score. And, you know, that was really a KBrad game until that missed critical art that he had. Oh, what a buffer again. The neutral jump is scary. It has not worked out well for Oliver so far. He tried to bait that, but didn't.
Oh, okay, so KBrad did follow up. I was just about to say it's not easy for her to follow up after a back throw mid-screen. He was able to get in there, stun. And what will be in here next? Not going to be quite that. Oh, interesting little setup. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So it is going to be 7-4. You're right that is a big swing. 7-4 versus 6-5. There had been a back and forth going on. KBrad won, then Oliver Queen, then KBrad, then Oliver Queen, then KBrad. And now it's KBrad 2 in a row after a really nice back and forth.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, early aggression.
Oliver Queen can make the adaptations that he needs to. Okay, he waited pretty late there, which is good.
Oh man, big uppercut from KBrad. And I think the fact that Oliver Queen has forced that just shows how good his offense has been. It's very rare that that comes out from KBrad.
Really grounded play by KBrad right now. He's not going there. There it is. Just as Oliver Queen got used to playing that ground game.
The jump right on top of the head. It's tough to anti-air.
Take ground control a little bit. But it is very patient play by Oliver Queen.
Got him, yeah. Okay, so that's one of the times that this has worked out.
Again, a tech.
Counter poke, but KBrad with his own, and he gets offense off of it. Oh, punish. He has trigger available as well, which gives him a sweep. Yeah, he can do it.
I don't know, does this work? Yeah. Oh, okay, but he gets the punish after all anyway.
Yeah, sometimes characters can get through with their uppercuts and stuff, which he did, but he was at the right space. If he was a little closer, he would have got, but does not.
Did not get got.
Ooh, the neutral. Yeah, you got to be careful about that. I like the defense from Oliver, not to throw tech.
Look at that patient stuff right there. He's just looking for the jump. He has the anti-air.
Another one.
Again.
And those are chunky damage on Cammy if they counter hit. But instead counter poke from KBrad, which has been that low strong that he's found so many times.
A lot of potential damage. Wake up fireball, I like it.
It's been a lot of those.
Yeah, he has.
Oh, the parries!
Oh, cute! No, he was too far. That would have been so sick.
Oh, man. Even if he had just done strong V-trigger into critical R, but this is huge for KBrad now.
Well,
Yeah.
it all went south after that.
The parries, yeah. Had he just done strong, you know, V-trigger, he could have got the critical art afterwards, and that might have been it for Cammy, but instead we're in the last round here. The air-to-air works, and he gets in the front. A lot of damage. Even an overhead after, huh? Oh, he tried to throw bait, but Cammy was in range. Just try to walk back, and it wasn't far enough. In the front again.
There's the grab. Oh, very nice. Very smart. Didn't look.
Oh, yeah, safe jump. I wonder why KBrad uppercut. You gotta know about that.
Yeah, maybe he was expecting the alternates there, which, you know, had to jump low, jump grab, something like that. But no, it was just the basic safe jump.
Yeah, maybe even it looked like it was a little late. It kind of looked like it might have been a few frames later than usual, but was not, so it works out. Or maybe Cammy uppercut just a bit slow, but yeah, good work from Oliver to get that game back. As we mentioned, it's been a pretty back and forth set. 7-5 is close. It's definitely.
We've had a couple games in a row from KBrad here and there, but in general, it's back and forth.
Didn't believe that dive kick was going to be confirmed into the jab. All right, no. You know, he missed a few anti-airs in the last few games, so that's good of KBrad to regain that.
No tech there this time. That's an important thing to see by Oliver Queen, who's starting to get a little bit better handle on how to play around those frame traps by Cammy and with his own.
Oh man, yeah, this is the smothering. How many? He tries to fish back, you know, but yeah, think about how much damage he took. Oh man, so many of those dive kicks that come missed, or even just, you know, parry attempts that just have not gone Oliver's way.
Round 2.
It's like the idea is not bad, but for some reason the universe just doesn't want him to have it. Again,
Like-
fireballs in bunches.
Yeah, you're right. And that is hurting him. KBrad right in there again immediately. Just a little bit different timing on the parry.
Oh, miss. Yeah, the back roll threw off the timing on the meaty.
And now KBrad with an approach and just walking up and walking. Just very safe bulldogging stuff.
Fireballs
And
in bunches.
I was just going to say, that's something, well, okay. Oliver Queen now, oh, fully pressure. Will he get something out of this? KBrad.
Oh, whip. Okay, this
Lot
is
of
huge damage.
Not death. What can Oliver Queen do?
Oh, he did the uppercut. What a risk from KBrad in that last moment. Dang, that's an important uppercut. That is a huge swinging uppercut from KBrad. To get that game, the difference between that and maybe potentially him getting the match, it is now 8-5 KBrad.
Fight.
Oh, crouching medium kick. Is he looking for different ideas now to deal with these dive kicks?
Gotta be something else, right? Oh man, yeah,
His own
big
dragon
uppercut
punch right there. And now KBrad's back in. The whip punish was there.
Okay, this is huge.
Well, I don't think he wanted that one. I think he wanted the regular roundhouse, but he does get corner control still.
Stun?
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it was a
he
little
too
out of
far?
range.
Yeah,
a little
he
out
was
of
too far
range.
for you there.
But
But
great
he ends up
job.
taking it.
Yeah, stun, and it's enough anyway. But yeah, that was so unfortunate. If he didn't get the stun because of that little range difference, that would have been tough.
Fight.
He played safety first.
Yeah, 100%. Big crush counter, and the damage is massive.
Third of the life on, just like that.
Just need a few of those with Ryu. That's so difficult in the neutral, but yeah, it works out for him. Parry, it works this time, and the crush, he's gonna be able to get out of the corner with a Tatsu.
Gets to try to pressure, but believed that there was Dragon Punch coming.
Interesting. All right, he's gonna be able to pop trigger, and he gets the hit, but no confirm. Anti. Oh, he missed.
You can see that he wanted that. You can see by Cammy's movement that he wanted the Dragon Punch.
Other side.
And
One
higher.
more.
Okay, he woke up with it again.
KBrad with so much meter. If he can get this round, it's gonna be so massive for him in this set. Juggle.
Yeah, I wonder if in some combo video he could have done super there.
Oh, with the little checks.
Anything could do it.
Oh, the timing!
But
he
not
could
that
have done
yet.
EX uppercut to close it, and KBrad
Wow.
stole a round. Man, that's a tough one. That could have been Oliver Queen 6-8, and now potential 5-9. Oh man, got clipped by
Yeah,
that
again, that
low
crouching
medium
medium
kick.
kick. He's trying to get underneath, but EX dive kick will beat that.
It's just if she hangs in the air, you think, oh, he's gonna empty jump, so I'll check the land with my low medium kick. But instead, it's the whole thing from KBrad. Tatsu's.
Oh, roundhouse Tatsu put himself in the corner.
Got lucky. That was just at the right spacing. Oh, the big anti-air jab doesn't work, but KBrad a miss on the confirm again. Parry.
Very nice. A lot of damage. Safe against the corner as well.
Oh, this is huge. KBrad's gonna have it. He loses corner positioning.
Really trying to desperately get away. I love the chase by KBrad to make sure he did not.
But again, he knows the counter poke. KBrad just
all
knows.
these things. Yeah, look at this KBrad. You know, both of those rounds. he had to make the comeback to make it work.
Yeah,
And he did.
You see that EX dive kick timing, right? It's he does his little series that pushes him out of range, and then he knows this is your timing to counter poke. It's been like almost every time the counter poke has been right there.
Yeah.
So that's when he EX dive kicks. And EX dive kicking someone's counter pokes and just being comfortable with their timing is the difference between you know, getting in there with the dive kick or having it parried and punished. And KBrad's been consistently right.
And it's good for KBrad to see that he can make those comebacks as well. A lot of the time he has won by just controlling a lot or making good movements at the right times, but he's had to also make some comebacks, and that's something you have to do if you're going to win a set.
Like that there wasn't a second fireball this time. Ah, the uppercut is good. He'll get through with the drill. It's not a lot of damage, but it's positioning. Really a V reversal attempt, and man, look at this corner now.
Oh, I like it a lot.
He did mention he will go through parries, with parries through block strings sometimes.
Yeah, it's just an option he uses a lot more than other Ryu players.
I like it a lot. I think it's very smart.
In the front, great block, but opened up on the second. Out of there.
Now he gets the pressure. Can he make things happen? Gotta look at the anti-air. No!
What was it?
So fast. I don't know. He wanted something, but whatever it was not fast enough.
Yeah.
I did like that parry through a lot. You know, one of Cammy's big strengths is that she gets these block strings. She's able to deal more great damage than most characters because of them. And so when she gets the hit, it feels like more damage than it really is. But so if you can dissuade her from doing that, dissuade her from the block strings, that's a huge benefit to you.
Yeah. I mean, something I think maybe we should have seen earlier in the set to test. But
Maybe so, yeah.
you know, it's coming out now and it's worked. Oh, the big, yeah, that could have been a big whip punish for KBrad. All right. Potential. This is King of the Hill point now for KBrad. He got the throw bait. That could be stunned. It's close.
Very close to death. Oliver Queen is still alive. Still
Yeah, he
trying to move
fights out.
forward.
Oh my.
The
Big
spacing
whip.
was good for him there. No Dragon Punch this time.
Out of range, he was looking to bait the throw. And he can get it. He does. Yeah, just like that. It's going to be 9-5 KBrad. And he takes it 10. Just like that. That was a really good set for him. I really like a lot of the adjustments he was making throughout it and looking for those counter pokes and EX dive kicking them. That's such an important thing to just be comfortable with the timing of your opponent.
One thing he did well too was mix up between the ground play and the air play. Of course, everybody thinks of Cammy as for dive kicks, and that was a big part of it, of course. Dive kick or jump roundhouse, jump fierce. But one thing he did a lot was just walk around on the ground, and he would do it at such timings where you could see Oliver Queen was beginning to expect that that's how it was going to go, that it was time to play the ground. And when that would happen, KBrad would consistently switch it up. All of a sudden, it's the air approach, and he was able to get in by doing that. So I thought that was a really good part of his plan. You know, we did see that interruption of the block string by Oliver Queen towards the end of the set. Like Steve said, that might have been something to have tried a little bit earlier, just to, you know, kind of get rid of that part of her game plan. That is one of her big strengths, is that she does get nice block strings. She gets great damage that she can turn into real damage, or she can put herself into a range where she can walk back up easily or dive kick in easily. It's a really strong spot for her. But we didn't see the challenge until late. So let's go over to Sajam to have a talk with the guys.
Hey, what's up, guys? We just finished our set. KBrad again reigns as the King of the Hill. That was a really good set. As you mentioned, you know, going into Capcom Cup, there's a chance you might play Daigo. Was there stuff that you've already been preparing for the matchup potentially? And what did you think about playing Oliver in a long set?
There's a lot of stuff that I was practicing for, like just against Ryu in general. But playing Oliver made me realize that I'm not ready at all, because he caught me with a lot of stuff that I felt like I should never get hit with. Like he just jumped at me and I never anti-aired. Like he was getting a lot of jump ins. I was like, why am I letting him jump at me? Then I got hit with a lot of strings, like a lot of strings where I should be blocking, and I'm just hitting buttons, and I'm like, I need to get better, man.
Yeah, you know, that's what these first to 10 kind of sets are about. You know, we saw a lot of interesting stuff. One thing that I noticed, it seems like, Oliver, you were really comfortable in a lot of the matches. It's just, you know, when Cammy gets that opening in the corner, right, he'll knock you down, carry you to the corner, and it's just like, KBrad seemed very comfortable to finding your counter poke timing and EX dive kicking and just staying on top of you. Is, you know, there a plan that you have there in the corner, or was his pressure just something that you didn't expect, or was it a little overwhelming?
Yeah, Cammy's pressure in the corner is like, it's been a little rough for me. So I was trying not to get in the corner. I kept getting pushed in the corner, so I knew it was going to be like a little trouble. There's a couple of times where I was parrying because I knew he would dive kick, and I saw he did a button error, and he would just jump like kick, and I was like, wow. But, I mean, he got me. Cammy's a really good character. He's a really good player, so I didn't expect it to go like really easy or anything. So I've learned from the matchup, though, or from our set right now. So
Okay, yeah, and you know there was a few times in that, like I mentioned, where I feel like you really got used to his counter poke timing, and you were really good at EX dive kicking. Is that something you just pick up player by player, or is there certain sequences you look for, like after maybe short, low short, jab, or what is it?
Yeah, like when I'm pushed out of his block string, I feel like it's my turn now. So no, but what was so funny is at the beginning, I whiffed 2 dive kicks, and it was like it was an accident, obviously, right? So I was like, is this gonna work again? So I jumped. I would just jump button. I was like, if he's gonna anti-air me, he's just gonna anti-air me. So then when he parried, I was like, okay, let's try to keep doing it. I did the last 2 times I did it on purpose. But the first 2 times it was an input error. So I was like, cause you know Ryu can parry and get a full punish. So I was like, I would rather you just DP me than to parry my EX dive kick and I get strong, fierce DP. It hurts too much. Well, 900 health, you know.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage to eat. Yeah, that was one thing that we mentioned a lot. There was tons of times where there'd be the jump from you and then just the button. And then especially at the start, 2 times in a row you had the read on the parry, but it was just like the miss.
Yeah.
So it was like the accidental best moment of your life. It's just like a really good one.
It was a lot of input errors in that match in general too, because it was like I think when he won 2 straight, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do something so delayed. And I think he did V reversal, and I ate the forward fierce. I ate it, and I ate the full combo. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, we saw a couple of those V reversals with like the forward fierce stuff close. Those were V reversals, right?
Yeah, I hit that was both times. I was like, oh, it worked in my favor. So, but it was V reversal.
Yeah, so a couple of little errors back and forth, yeah, that we saw, you know, the missed dive kicks and the V reversals, but a really interesting set. You know, heading into Capcom Cup, is there any additional training that you're going to do? It's just a few weeks away, so, you know, what are your thoughts heading into it? You know, been able to play in the King of the Hill a few weeks. You're going to get to play again next week as you're the champ. You know, is there any particular matches or players you'd like to play now? Since, you know, 2 weeks in a row, you got the W. Is there anybody from NorCal or SoCal that could beat you?
I just want to play everybody, dude. I'm actually going to travel to, like, obviously I'm going back to the East Coast after this. I'm going to play a bunch of people there. And then I'm going to try to play with some of my teammates for sure. I want to play with all of NorCal, all of SoCal. I want to just make sure that I'm ready so I don't have any excuses for Capcom Cup. So when it hits, I can say, I did everything I could to try to win instead of, man, I should have practiced more. So I'm going to just play with everybody.
All right, so it was really awesome to hear from both of you guys about the set. It was a really awesome set. Thanks for playing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed us home as well. That's going to do it for us here at the ESL King of the Hill, and we'll see you guys next week.
Well, interesting words from KBrad there, who we will see next week. As you can see, he is the champion, having defeated Oliver Queen in a set 10-5. Interesting to hear the perspective from both players. You know, some of the things that KBrad was talking about I thought was real cute. The idea of seeing that he had made an error with the dive kick. That he wanted a dive kick, but it came out as jump short or whatever it was, jump roundhouse. And it worked for him, and he thought, okay, well, if this is working,
yeah,
why not just try it again?
And then the accidental V reversals that we saw as well with the forward fierce.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a funny set. Stuff like that will happen in Street Fighter.
Sure, as in everything, we're humans.
Yeah.
Right? And so people are going to make mistakes. But one of the good things that you have to learn to do is to convert off of your mistakes. You have to see, oh, I screwed up, but that means that I can do X or Y instead.
Yeah, like
or
off the
if
forward
I screwed
fierce,
up, but it was good. Hey, maybe I should do that on purpose.
Yeah, off the forward fierce, there was like the conversions. Both time he hit it, he was like, all right, full combo. And then as you mentioned, yeah, KBrad figuring out that the whiff button and then going into the combo afterwards. It's really interesting. You know, not everything's always perfect in fighting games. In fact, it's like never perfect.
Look, yeah,
ever.
we're all humans.
Yeah.
Everybody makes a mistake. And so you have to get used to them. And you have to, of course, you want to work to minimize them. But when they do happen, you have to be ready for them. And you have to know how to convert or how to capitalize. Or if it works out, do it on purpose.
Yeah, turn it on and figure it out. So far, you know, KBrad has been really impressive. 2 weeks in a row, and I feel like his wins have been convincing. They have been very nice, clean wins for himself. You know, he beat Oliver 10-5 today. Last week, both sets that he played in first 10s, or 2 weeks ago in the first 10s, were very convincing as well. Yeah. So I'm curious if there's anybody that we can pit against KBrad.
You know, there were times in this set when it was close. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think there were 5 or 6 games in a row that were back and forth.
Yeah.
So I didn't think that it was a runaway until really the last few games in a row. KBrad won his 6th and 7th, then Oliver won his 5th, and then after that it was all KBrad. So those last 6 games were one-sided. But before that it was very close. And so I don't think that he is so far above everybody. No. You know, I do think that he's going to have challenges. But that said, there's no doubt that KBrad is one of the best players in the country. He's one of the best Cammy players in the world. And he's going to be in Capcom Cup. Right?
Yeah.
That's coming up quite soon in Southern California. And so he's going to be able to show his gameplay. I thought it was really good to hear from him that he, even though he won, identified some issues.
Yeah, 100%. The fact that he afterwards said, I won the set, but there was so much I learned that I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's a really good mindset to have, not to just be like, I got the W, obviously I'm ready.
Right.
But instead to say, yeah, even though I won, there was a lot of things there, here and there that I feel like I could work on. I think that's the perfect attitude you need to improve.
Absolutely. That's right. And, if you'd like to improve, if you'd like to talk about fighting games and ways to get better at them, but also all the news and everything else that's going on, all the drama and craziness of the fighting game community, then you can watch what we do Tuesday nights at twitch.tv/UltraChenTV. 8 p.m. Pacific time is when we start, which is in about 3 hours.
Just 3 hours from now, yeah, we'll be talking about all things fighting games and just general news as well as, tournament results and things like that. That just go on in the general fighting game community. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely do so in 3 hours from now. Also, of course, we'd like to thank our other partners for this event, Controller Chaos, who is providing the awesome sticks that the winners will get, and people at home. So you want to follow along at ESL SF as well as Controller Chaos for your chance to get a fight stick. Hey, Brad, just collecting these things. He's going to have to lug them around, the multiple, arcade sticks that he's got from them, as well as the people providing our monitors, of course. Addis, thank you again, who is providing these Zowie BenQ monitors that we have for you guys to play on, that our players are playing on in this head-to-head setups here. So again, follow them on Twitter. You can see the URL down there, Addis Inc. You can follow that along. So thanks again to all the partners who help make this stuff happen. We do have confirmation about the players next week. If you guys are interested to see who could potentially take down KBrad as King of the Hill, the NorCal King of the Hill. He's put 2 on the board so far.
Yeah.
There have been 5 weeks.
Got to still say NorCal, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. There have been 5 weeks. 3 have been for Southern California. 2 have been for NorCal now. Next week, we will have Wrathmatics from Southern California.
Okay.
And Northern California will be represented by one of our previous NorCal representatives, Kelvin, his brother, Brian Gian, BJ Unchained. So those will be the 2 players next week, Wrathmatics versus BJ Unchained. Winner will play against KBrad.
By the way, about KBrad, if you'd like to check out his stream, he's been streaming a lot more lately. Check it out at twitch.tv/KBradJStorm.
He's been streaming a lot, in between his travels, lots of different games, a lot of Final Fantasy, and some Street Fighter as well. He's been playing ranked, Street Fighter and just grinding online, helping people out. It's a very entertaining stream, so definitely check him out, KBradJStorm. That is also his Twitter if you'd like to follow along.
All right, well, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you at the next King of the Hill.